again, it's a bit of a learned skill because you gotta get by your guy, then you gotta slow down, and then you gotta read the second and third line of defense at the same time as you're changing speeds.
You guys are now, with the win the other night, 3-0 in elimination games, and over the last couple of weeks, that's when this team has played their best. Why do you think?
Well, to be fair, we've played some pretty good basketball in other times too, but this team's responded well all season. We just tend to have a sharpness in those games. We have great belief. Effort is always there. Connectivity is always there. And, when you have that, you have a chance to win every time you step on the floor. Can
it be freeing a little bit, knowing that, hey, we just got to go out and let it all loose? I mean, you don't want to get down 0-3, I get that. But when your backs are against the wall, is there almost sort of you take a breath and you relax and maybe play a little freer?
Yeah, I described it the other day as it's pretty binary. Like, you either play well and win or you don't play well and you lose. And there is some freedom in that. If you don't play well and you lose, season's over. And you deal with all those emotions. But if you play well and you win, you just keep extending the series, and life goes on as normal.
I'm sure you weren't a big fan of Rudy and Kat and getting into foul difficulty in the first half, but I thought the team kind of played with a physicality and an edge, maybe even a little chippiness that maybe we hadn't seen the first 3 games.
Absolutely. We needed it. And set a message, send a tone. We needed to be more physical for sure.
There's no reason not to back down from these guys, especially if Luka's going to do what he does. I think it's important for you guys to kind of match that.
Absolutely. I mean, it's like there's a lot of histrionics that's going on the floor at any given time. And, sometimes you can get caught up in those in the wrong way. But I do believe you got to send a message.
All right, final thing. You guys did a great job defensively on Luka and Kyrie. Hold them to 33% shooting. What stood out to you about the way you guys defended them in Game 4?
I think we really closed the space around them. They weren't able to get to their spots as quickly and cleanly as they had been in the earlier part of the series. And then when they got there, we contested a lot better.
Do you feel like 4 games in, there's a little bit more comfort level going up against the same looks, kind of 4 straight games, and maybe the team's kind of adjusting to that in a good way?
Yeah, sure. I mean, there's a ton of familiarity. I don't think there's much new right now. Maybe a little adjustments off of things. We've thrown a lot of different looks at them. This series, and through that we've figured out things that work with certain lineups, things that work with other lineups. It's not always the same. You can't just throw the same pitch every time. So we have a little bit more defensive rhythm, I would say, right now.
Game 5 is coming up. It's the Wolves and Mavs. Coach, as always, appreciate the time. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Chris Finch, Cal, back to you.
All right, thank you, fellas. We have tip-off just around the corner on the Timberwolves radio network.
TimberTech and TimberTech.com not only are the best in the business, but the decks they develop and the decks they build are the highest of quality. In fact, you will endure a lifetime of happiness with that deck with TimberTech. So ask for TimberTech when putting together your next project, and that also can include porches. TimberTech.com is where you find the free samples. Once again, start at TimberTech.com.
I'm Karl Anthony Towns, and it's time for Minnesota Timberwolves basketball.
95-92, 8 with it up top, still Luka on it, left-handed dribble, down the left side of the lane, out to Cat, he's going to fire on a 3 and drain it! 4 for 4 from long range for Karl Anthony Towns, and the Wolves lead by 6 with 2:48 left to play.
You got to stay focused now.
Tonight, the series shifts back to Target Center as the Wolves face a must-win Game 5 against the Mavs. Wolves Playoff Basketball is brought to you by U.S. Bank, the official bank of the Minnesota Timberwolves. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. By Marvin, custom crafted windows and doors designed for your world. By Treasure Island Resort and Casino, the exclusive casino partner of the Minnesota Timberwolves. And by Mayo Clinic, your source for medical answers. With the call of tonight's game, here's Alan Horton and Jim Peterson.
3-0. That's the Timberwolves record this postseason when they faced elimination. Game 6 at home against Denver. Game 7 on the road against the Nuggets. And then in Game 4 in Dallas facing another must-win scenario. The Wolves flipped the script on the Mavs as Ant and Cat outdueled Luka and Kyrie down the stretch to extend the series. Now, can the Wolves do it again and push this best-of-7 Western Conference series back to Dallas? Wolves, Mavs set for the tip-off of Game 5 at Target Center next.
We've been a resilient team all year. We didn't lose. We never lost 3 in a row until we got to the playoffs. So
We never lost 4 in a row. Guys, respond. It's a fun team to coach because they believe that they can always win no matter what.
Really, I think that we still haven't played our best basketball yet. That's the exciting part about our situation. We just know that there's a lot more in the tank.
No, we don't want to go home, man. We love what we got going on. We're going to try to keep this thing alive. I know the fans will be electric in Minnesota in 2 days, so, we're looking forward to that.
What am I supposed to say? I'm supposed to say we're going to lose Game 5? No, I'm not going to never say that. Michael Parsons, he was rocking the 81s, and I told him he wears size 14. I'll bring back some nice shoes for Game 6. That's what I told him.
Anthony Edwards wrapping up that montage with Chris Finch, Mike Conley, Kyle Anderson after the Game 4 win, forcing a Game 5. Jim Peterson, this team has been special when facing elimination. 3 straight wins, 4 in their last 5 over the last couple of seasons. Overall, what are some general keys here to duplicating what they did in Game 4?
Ant and Cat have to be great. I firmly believe they got to match Kyrie and Luka, and so they did that in Game 4, and they won that basketball game. You can't turn it over as much as they did either, so they got to limit their turnovers. It's just giving them free points, and they've been so efficient at scoring off of each and every turnover, even when it's been single digit. They've been getting 18 points off of 9 turnovers, things like that, even more than that. And then also, I just think down the stretch, Alan, what's been key in this series has been late game execution. You've got to take care of the basketball and execute down the stretch like they did in Dallas.
And one thing the Wolves had in that Game 4 down the stretch was Kyle Anderson, who made a big difference
100%.
in this game. He'll come off the bench tonight as Chris Finch will go with the same starting lineup he's used in every game in this series so far.
Hey, this is head coach Chris Finch, and here's our starting lineup for tonight. At guard,
Mike Conley, Ohio State.
Now to McDaniels to the corner. Conley lets it fly and buries it. 6-point game.
At guard,
Anthony Edwards, University of Georgia.
And the Wolves on the move, right side in. Donovan stop and pop 3, dribbles in. Look out, he slams it for 2. Anthony Edwards.
At forward,
Jay McDaniels, University of Washington.
Out to Naz Reid. He'll hoist an angle 3. In and out to James tip bottle. And the buzzer. Count it, baby.
At forward,
Carl Anthony Towns, BBN for life.
Towns with it right corner. He'll just turn fire over Murray. And drained. It's a 3 for Carl Anthony Towns. Michael Malone needs a timeout.
At center,
Rudy Gobert, Saint-Quentin, France.
Dukes on KCP. Up top to Towns. He'll take a rumble into the lane. Lobs it for Rudy, who throws it down with 2 hands. The onslaught continues. Timberwolves starting 5 of Conley, Edwards, McDaniels, and Towns and Gobert had their best outing in Game 4. They were a plus 14 in 21 minutes. Meanwhile, Dallas's starting 5 of Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving, Derrick Jones Jr., P.J. Washington, and Daniel Gafford had their worst outing of the series so far. They were a minus 5 in 19 minutes. But Luka and Kyrie paced the way, and as Jim mentioned earlier, the Wolves held them in check. The Wolves won that battle between Ant and Cat. 54 points on 53% shooting in Game 4. Kyrie and Luka just 44 points on 33% shooting. Before the game, head coach Chris Finch with his thoughts on Ant taking over that matchup against Luka Doncic.
Yeah, he does a better job of getting through all those illegal screens they set for Luka. Jaden was getting cracked a lot, and Jaden's traditionally been really good on Luka with his length, but he's been cracked by a bunch of screens out there. So he gets into the ball, gets down, he gets over, a little bit more physical. When the screener hits, he hits back a little bit better.
A little feistiness from the head coach, and I thought the team played with a lot of feistiness in Game 4.
The team is a reflection of their coach. Chris Finch's calm demeanor most of the time, but when he gets fiery, Alan, it's something to see for sure.
Well, something to see is a little bit different here tonight after 15 straight games in the white uniforms.
Yeah.
Alternating between the association whites and the classic throwback whites, the Wolves will go to their statement shadow gray jerseys, tops and bottoms with the Aurora green and white trim, and Dallas will wear their association whites for the first time in this series. Rudy Gobert able to win the opening tip, and Game 5 is underway. Timberwolves down 3 games to 1. Another elimination game. They must win. And pull up. Top of the key jumper. No. Rebound tapped around. Cat's got it. Put back. Yes. Rudy kept it alive. Cat converts.
Did a great job of keeping that alive. And was point blank right in the mid-range. But Rudy kept that thing alive. Cat finishes it.
P.J. Washington brings it up left to right. They lob it inside to Luka. He's posting up on Conley. Here comes a double, but it's late. Rudy goes up, blocks the shot, but they're going to count it as a goaltend. Rudy can't believe it. He's just holding there just outside the restricted area. That was close. That was close.
I mean, it had to be right at the point of controversy because Rudy didn't get it that far off his hand.
Mike will bring it up here. We're tied at 2. Game 5 underway. A packed house here at Target Center in downtown Minneapolis. A couple of thousand people outside in the streets of Minneapolis. Rudy steps through in the lane, runs up the shot, and banks it in for 2.
Take that, Daniel Gafford. Little Euro step for Rudy Gobert. Right-hand finish.
Rudy's had an impact in the first 2 offensive possessions.
Wow.
Oh, Luka with a hash mark 3 far side. That may have been beyond the hash mark
really
by a foot or 2.
I think it was.
Wow, 5-4. Luka and the Mavs lead by 1. Luka in this series shooting 40% on his threes. Pull up, mid-range jumper. McDaniels no. Long rebound out to Kyrie on the push up the middle of the floor. He'll attack McDaniels down the lane. He got his shot blocked. It falls right to Gafford, and he'll lay it up and in. Gafford comes up holding his left ear. Shrugs back down the floor. Jaden with a block. The Wolves couldn't get the loose ball off of that block shot. Rudy levels Derek Jones Jr. in the screen. Into the paint. Rudy will kick out. Open McDaniels. Corner 3 on the way. Off the rim now. Slam follow for the weak side. It's Anthony Edwards soaring in. 7-6. Dallas by 1. Derek Jones Jr. is shaken up. He's hobbling coming back up the floor. Here's Luka far side. Off the Gafford screen. He's going to pop on another 3. Oh, he hits that one. What kind of game are we in store for tonight? It's 10-6. Luka is just nothing but net on a couple of bombs from the outside.
Looks like he got 1,500 shots up before last game.
Here's Jaden trying to feed it inside to Rudy, and it got deflected out of bounds. Here's Kyrie on the run, right side. Takes McDaniels inside. Another block for Jaden. This one comes off the glass of the Wolves' control. They're down by 4 on the push from left to right. Conley zips it inside. Cat to the rim. Missed the layup with the left hand. Luka clears the rebound.
Got to sprint back. If you're Karl Anthony Towns, you missed a layup. You can't get beat down court.
There's Luka attacking Jaden. The free throw line stop and pop jumper is good. My goodness, Luka Doncic. 10 points in 3 minutes. And he's 4 for 4 shooting, including 2 threes. Deep threes. There's Ant. Oh, thought about a deep 3. Got to step on Derek Jones Jr. He's still out there. Cat'll fire a 3 off the heel. No. Oh, Kyrie didn't turn. He had Gafford on the run, so probably not a great hit ahead. Corner, P.J. Washington, pump fake. Rudy fly-by, drive inside. Layup, no, but a whistle and a foul. That play just all broke down because of the long rebound.
Yeah.
And really a secondary break for Dallas.
It's so important to knock down open shots, especially if Luka's going to be in Luka Magic role, and that's what this game has started. I mean, he's perfect from the floor, and the depth of his 2 3-point makes was just astounding. Both on the left side of the floor. The first one was outside the hash mark, and the second one wasn't much further from that. It was almost the same exact spot. Derek Lively's going to come into the game for Dallas as well, so they're back to their 1-2 punch of platooning both Daniel Gafford and Derek Lively.
So they officially put those 2 threes by Luka Doncic down. It's a 31-footer, the first one. The second one, 28. Doesn't quite do it justice, actually.
It really doesn't.
14-6 after a couple of free throws from P.J. Washington. 3 gone, 9 left to play opening quarter. Dallas by 8, 14-6. Conley up the center of the floor to his right, and Anthony Edwards. And his scoring has gone up in each of the games in this series. To 29 in game 4. 5 on the shot clock. Mike gets it back on the drive off to Rudy. He'll float it up in the lane. Shot no, tip follow. Karl Anthony Towns. Nice touch, attacks the rack, keeps the Wolves to within 2 possessions. Luka up the center of the floor, and a whistle stops play. They're going to get Jaden McDaniels on a foul. He was battling with Derek Lively, who's already into the game. They subbed so early that I've never actually seen Lively come in for Gafford in any of the 4. Well, he didn't play last game, but the prior 3 games.
That's 2 on Jaden, by the way. Picked up his second foul.
That means Kyle Anderson will come off the bench. Luka down the lane. The runner with the right hand is good. He had Ant on his hip, and he just floated it up and in. You know, Luka, for all his scoring, has only gotten to the restricted area 6 times. He's made 5 shots there. And that tells you his degree of difficulty. He's not getting layups and dunks, so he doesn't dunk very much anyway. Everything else in between. Here's Rudy on a post-up against Doncic. Holds. 6 on the shot clock. Cross the lane. Rudy turns, drop step up with the right hand. Got it, and a foul. Luka commits it. 3-point opportunity. Even Luka has to smile a little bit.
Well, how about the post move by Rudy Gobert? Took his time. Left-hand crab dribble on a right box post-up. He got to the front of the rim, little step-through move, and Luka has been caught on Rudy Gobert a number of times, and it's been mixed success, but Rudy had a nice big-time three-point play last ball game in the fourth quarter against Luka as well.
In this series, Rudy averaging 12 points, 10 rebounds, 1 block per game, shoots 63% from the field. He's hit 68% of his free throws. Missed this one badly, off to the left. Luka tracks down the rebound. He had a triple-double in the loss in Game 4. 28 points, 15 rebounds, 10 assists. Another deep bomb from 30 feet. This one glances off the rim, and the Wolves have the rebound. Minnesota down by 6 here. 5 of 11 shooting, but Dallas is 6 of 9. Here's Ant, feeds Rudy. Into the mid-post, out to Conley, wing left. Mike back to the right side. Here's Kyle Anderson. A couple of dribbles from K.A. to the free throw line. Lobs it inside to Rudy against Doncic. Back to K.A. He pump fakes the three. He's going to drive on Lively. Gets to the cup. The layup no good. And the rebound in traffic by P.J. Washington. Here's Doncic in the front court. Lobs it to the rim. Derrick Jones Jr. couldn't finish off the alley-oop. Offensive rebound, P.J. Washington out to Kyrie. He missed an offensive rebound. Derrick Jones. He missed the putback from point blank. Timberwolves escape without giving up any points. They've got the rebound. Crowd on their feet with 7:13 left to go in the first. And off a staggered screen, top of the key. Now he's got 2 on him. Towns zips it inside. Rudy up strong. Oh, it's blocked by Derrick Jones Jr. Those two get tangled again. A little pushing and shoving. Lively steps in there. Oh. DeMarc Davis just called matching technicals. He's had enough already. 5 minutes into the game.
Well, Derek Lively, he really had a follow-through on Rudy on that block that should have been called a flagrant. And then he escalated, and then Rudy's just trying to get away. And yes, Rudy did go through Derek Lively and through Jones Jr. right there. But Jones Jr. was, I think, the instigator through all of that.
Well, they call matching technical fouls.
That's terrible.
Yep. Matching technicals. And
that's something to watch for sure.
You know, again, the problem with doing that is that who does that benefit the most? That benefits Dallas.
No doubt.
There is a timeout on the floor. 7:03 left to go in the opening quarter. It's 16-10 Dallas. You can't challenge a technical, but the timeout just came because somebody wanted to call it.
Ridiculous.
16-10 Dallas in front in Game 5. They're up 3-1 on the Timberwolves Radio Network.
We are professionals. We are family and friends. Book your stay now at TICasino.com. Treasure Island Resort and Casino. Destination fun.
Mark Davis, the crew chief, who the Wolves are 3-1 when he referees a game in the postseason involving the Wolves. They went to the monitor to see if there was anything more than just technicals, and they quickly determined there was nothing else to adjudicate there. And so it'll just be matching technicals on Gobert and Derek Jones Jr. And I even forget what the result of the play was. They didn't call a foul on Derek Jones Jr., so I think it's ball out of bounds to Minnesota.
Yeah, it's ball out of bounds for Minnesota on the baseline, yep.
What was interesting that you brought up during the timeout, if they looked at it and they saw anything hostile about it, what would then be the punishment for that? You've already given them each a technical. Would it be another technical? Because now you're talking about ejecting someone from a playoff game just 5 minutes in.
Well, I've got the question out to the right man who's going to give us the answer.
So Kyle Anderson out there because Jaden McDaniels already has 2 fouls. He picked those up in 3 minutes. Mike Conley, Anthony Edwards, Kyle Anderson, Karl Anthony Towns, and Rudy Gobert.
The answer is yes. He would have been ejected had he been given a hostile act.
Wow.
He would have gotten double technical and then a second technical for the hostile act. He would have been ejected. So they weren't going to do that.
I don't even think they should have given the technicals, to be honest with you. Right. I would have liked to see them separated, no harm, no foul. And then if something happens a little bit later, now you start to give out technicals. Towns misses a runner left of the lane, and the Timberwolves still trail by 6 as Dallas collects the rebound. Dallas has hit 6 of 12 shots. They're 2 of 4 from deep. They get it to Doncic against Kyle Anderson, right side of the floor. Kyle reaches around, pokes it free from behind. Ants got it, crosses over on Kyrie, stumbles in the lane, rises up, got the shot to drop, and he drew the foul. What an athletic finish by Anthony Edwards. He's going up against 2 defenders. He got tripped up in the lane, still managed to get the shot off. And now he's got a chance for a 3-point play.
Wow, and Ant did all that in all kinds of traffic. He was trying to sprint dribble down the floor, but he was under duress. P.J. Washington and Kyrie were both sandwiching him, and he lost the dribble, but somehow got rhythm back and able to finish that on sheer hang time, right? I mean, he hung in the air a long time.
Couldn't cap off the 3-point play. When the Wolves do get a 3-point opportunity, they can't hit the free throw. Other times they can't get the shot to drop, and they get the 2 free throws out of it. So here's Dallas from left to right as Luka Doncic goes down the lane, runs it off the glass. The shot no, and Rudy Gobert pulls down the rebound. Dallas has missed 5 straight shots. Here's Kyle Anderson up top to Cat to the right side. Conley open look at the 3. Got it! Rattles it home opposite the Timberwolves bench. Mike Conley on the score sheet. 7-0 Timberwolves run, and they're within 1. Here's Kyrie Irving pulling up at the elbow and hits the jumper. Found some space. Kyrie had just 16 points in Game 4 on 6 of 18 shooting. Wolves bring it up here. Target center just buzzing here. Kyle to the free throw line. Jumps it inside to Rudy. Tough catch. Turns. Rips it away from Luka. The layup. Yes! And a foul! Rudy making an impact here in the opening quarter. He's up to 6 points on 3 of 5 shooting. It looked like he turned, almost lost that ball to Luka, got it back, and then rose up through the contact of Derek Lively.
Well, they assessed the foul to Derek Lively. Rudy Gobert, the way that he's starting here, he's got 6 points on 3 of 5 shooting. He has a chance to make a free throw here. Missed his first one, but I think he's looking up at that TNT set up there and say, stick it to all those guys sitting up there.
That was one of my thoughts as well. Free throw is good. Nothing but net for Rudy. We're tied at 18.
10-2 run for Minnesota here.
10-2 to tie it up. Dallas has missed 5 of their last 6 shots. Luka Doncic out at midcourt against Kyle Anderson. Off the Lively screen, runs into 2 defenders, splits that, steps through on Rudy and lobs it to the rim, and Lively throws it down. I mean, working his way through traffic. Unbelievable. 4th alley-oop of the series for Derek Lively. 15 for Dallas overall. 10 on the shot clock. Towns has it up top. Josh Green working on him. Cat stumbles, gets it back. He's beyond the arc with 6 to shoot. Now Ant with it against Kyrie Irving. Moves on him, gets by Josh Green. Off the Rudy inside, left-handed jump hook, no good. Lively clears the rebound. Kyrie on the push, nearly lost it crossing midcourt. Gets it back, drives in on Rudy. Tough shot, it's short. I tell you what, Rudy has held Kyrie to 5 of 19 shooting on exactly plays like that. Conley misses a corner 3. And Luka quickly hits ahead to Josh Green. Now on the move, down the lane, P.J. Washington. You said it, gotta get back. Nobody did. P.J. Washington outraced Rudy Gobert down the floor. 22-18, Dallas leads by 4. Here's Conley off the Gobert screen. Mike will keep it himself. He'll run it up off the glass. It hangs on the rim. It wouldn't drop. Rudy battling for the rebound. Couldn't squeeze it. Knocked free. Josh Green pokes it out to midcourt. Kyrie's got it. Now into the hands of the man who had the #1 usage rate in the NBA in the regular season, Luka Doncic. Free throw line extended jumper on the way is nothing but net. It does not look like Luka Doncic is messing around tonight. He's 6 of 8 shooting. He's got 14 points. In fact, the rest of the team is just 4 for 10. Luka 6 of 8. Towns against P.J. Washington had better success against P.J. in Game 4, and he gets fouled here, backing his way into the paint. Foul on the floor, says Mark Davis. Sideline out of bounds for Minnesota. Boy, what an energetic start to this game.
So Naz Reid checks in for Karl Anthony Towns. Nickeil Alexander-Walker comes back in from Mike Conley. Kyrie's down. Derek Lively's down. So Gafford back into the game. Look for him to be setting screens everywhere.
And up top, 3:43 left to go in the first. He'll drift to his left. He's picked up by Doncic. Left-handed dribble, drives in. Hangs, shot off the front of the rim. No, he got sandwiched between Jaden Hardy and Daniel Gafford. Here's Hardy on the move, taking Naz Reid right to the rim. Hangs on the kick out. He finds P.J. Washington. His pass in the paint is deflected by who else? Kyle Anderson. Here's Naz up into the front court. Naz sees the lane, drives in, gets to the cup, way too strong off the glass. Rudy just out-muscles everybody for the rebound. His putback comes up short.
He's got to throw that out, Allen. Too many white jerseys in the painted area. Guys wide open on the perimeter.
Really frenetic play right now from both sides.
Settle down.
24-18. Wolves are down by 6. Logo 3 for Luka. Oh, my goodness. He drains it. Nothing but net. His third 3 in 4 attempts, and they've all been from 28 feet or further. That one, he had a foot on the logo. Ant with it up top. 12 on the shot clock. Dancing off the Rudy screen to his right, to his left. Now back to the right. Bounce pass. Rudy rolls down the lane. Kick out Nickeil. In the corner. Kyle. Pump fakes the 3. Back to Nickeil. He'll try an angle triple. That's off the back iron. No good. Nickeil is 0 for 9 on his above the break threes in this series. 3 for 7 from the corners. Dallas 9-0. Luka trying to add to it. He does. A straightaway 3. He just looks over at the crowd. Luka Doncic has scored 20 points in 10 minutes of play. Timeout Minnesota. Dallas on this 12-0 run now leads by 12 after the Wolves worked so hard to get it back to even. Luka just pushes it right back to double digits. 2:23 left to go in the opening quarter. Dallas in front of Minnesota 30-18 in Game 5. Already up 3-1 on the Timberwolves Radio Network.
Is it possible to conquer the unconquerable? Can artificial intelligence and data create a personalized gene roadmap just for you? Customizing your cancer treatment, giving your body exactly what it needs to fight the disease? Is it possible? It already is, because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
Anything can happen when you say I'm in to a scratch game from the Minnesota Lottery. Besides cash prizes, some scratch games offer a second chance, so even non-winning tickets can win. Since this is probably music to your ears, we'll say it again, in a song. Besides cash prizes, some scratch games offer a second chance, so even non-winning tickets can win. Minnesota Lottery. I'm in. Must be 18 or older to play.
Time for a look elsewhere around the league. It's brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Visit Toyota.com today or head to one of your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. 9 full days. That's how long the Boston Celtics have since completing their 4-game sweep of the Indiana Pacers on Monday until Game 1 of the NBA Finals takes place next Thursday. That's enough time to get a book club started and finished. It's been an emotional postseason, says Jason Tatum.
Yeah, I mean, the playoffs is like an emotional roller coaster, and trying to find a balance right in between the wins and the losses, trying to stay even keeled throughout the entire, however long you're playing, is important. The team that does that the best usually has a lot of success.
They'll get a healthy Kristaps Porzingis back by the time the finals get started. They'll have plenty of time to rest, go over plenty of film once they know who their opponent will be, and Through the first 9.5 minutes of this first quarter, it seems like the Mavericks highly motivated to make sure they get some rest as well. Back to Alan.
All right, Cal, thank you very much. 2:23 left to go in the opening quarter. Dallas behind Luka Doncic. His second 20-point quarter in his playoff career. He is on fire, 8 of 10 shooting, 4 of 5 from beyond the arc. Before the game, his head coach talked not about Luka, about getting Derek Lively back.
When you talk about his spirit, his energy, his ability to protect the rim, and then offensively being able to have a vertical game, and then also being able to get offensive rebounds, it was something that we missed. But having Lively gives us the ability to stay big and athletic, and so hopefully with him back, that actually could help with PJ and D. Jones about just being able to get their minutes down.
Well, Derek Lively makes a huge difference for the Mavs, but Luka Doncic is leading the way. Jim, how are you defending Luka Doncic when he's hit already a couple of 30-footers? Well, 3 from beyond 28 feet. That's a whole nother range.
You can't guard the guy from ludicrous range. I mean, you got to, but it's all the other stuff, though. He's able to move and do whatever he wants, and then on the other end of the floor, they do not run him around as much as they need to. You can't take quick shots. You've got to get Luka involved in the actions, put him through the paces a little bit. You got to tire him out.
Kyle Anderson will bring it up. Nikhil Alexander-Walker, Anthony Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns, and Naz Reid on the floor. Rudy sits down. He's taken more shots than any other player on the floor for Minnesota. And pull-up elbow jumper, no. Well, that shot goes off Gafford across the baseline. I guess he touched it. I thought that might be Dallas basketball, but John Goebel says otherwise.
The funny thing is that, Luka has torched Minnesota's 2 best defenders on him. Kyle 3 of 5, Ant 3 of 3. So
off the inbound, Cat drives baseline, kicks out to the free throw line. Here's Kyle moving into Naz, who tries the dribble drive, lost it, loose on the floor. And are we going to get a jump ball? We are. Boy, Luka did what we were talking about. He took his hands off to not tie it up. He wants Gafford to jump it up.
Well, I think that's a best case scenario for Minnesota, because Naz puts the ball on the deck and boots it around. I mean, you're lucky to come up with at least a tie up here to have a chance to win the jump ball and keep the possession. Gafford can get up, though.
Gafford against Naz Reid at the free throw line. The Wolves down by 12 with 2 to go in the opening quarter.
I mean, who's Naz going to tap it to right now, Alan? Look at the configuration of the floor right now. Who would you tap it to if you're Naz Reid?
You don't have the advantage anywhere.
You have no advantage anywhere.
Goes out of bounds.
I mean, they both touched it. I don't know how you can give it to a particular person.
Kevin Scott watched that ball go out of bounds. He said Dallas ball. And John Goebel's going to come over and say, it's Timberwolves basketball.
Thank goodness.
Well, the Wolves only have 2.1 on the shot clock. Let's hope they recognize that. Kyle Anderson will trigger in. Got to be something quick here. Ant comes to. There's nothing there. Now to Ant, the hash mark. Holds one dribble, pulls up. He didn't get that off. He hit the shot, but it came after the buzzer. So that'll be a shot clock violation against the Timberwolves. That's already their 3rd turnover of the game.
That was a quick 2.1.
It actually was, wasn't it?
I mean, Ant had it. It seemed like he only had it in his hands for a second or two. But, I know it's 2.1, but man, that went fast.
Doncic has it up top off the high Gafford screen. Now trapped, terminates the dribble. Here's Gafford to the right side and Jaden Hardy. Hardy probes to the left end. Now switches off to the right hand, back to left, between the legs. Lost it. It's loose on the floor. Nikhil scoops it up. Timberwolves down by 12. They good possessions, and he threw it away. Luka to Hardy, right back to Luka. Catch and shoot 3 on the way. That's offline. Towns, a much more sure outlet here, and Kyle Anderson has it up in the front court. Spinning away and then lost it. Luka dives on the floor to get it back. Gets it to Hardy. His pass ahead is knocked around. Finally, Josh Green's got it. Drops it for Gafford, who goes up for the shot, and he got fouled. 2 shots coming up. This type of frenetic play, this benefits Luka Doncic and the Mavericks. Bulls have turned it over 4 times. When you get a turnover or a missed shot against this team, you have to take better care of the ball and maximize things at the other end. Because guess what? They're shooting 57%, and with the exception of Game 4, they've dominated this series offensively.
Yeah, they have not been able to score on a turnover yet. Gafford's going to the free throw line for a chance to add to points off turnover, but there's 0 right now.
Timberwolves have missed 8 consecutive shots. And in there, they've got
at least 2 turnovers.
Yeah, 2.
I mean, Towns had one and Kyle just had one, so it's been this frenetic pace as you're talking about.
They've tried to match
this is the first free throw here.
They've tried to match what Dallas has done.
Yeah.
That's not a game they want to get into. One more free throw coming for Daniel Gafford. Free throw is good. Dallas has their largest lead of the game. They're up 13.
The other thing is that neither Cat or Ant has been able to really establish themselves in this game. Both of them are 2 of 5.
Maxi Kleba is in the game.
Ant has been able to really establish themselves in this game. Both of them are 2 of 5.
Maxi Kleba is in the game for Dallas. We saw him in game 4. Missing time with a sprained shoulder. Separated shoulder. Here's Anthony Hunt, a ride by Kleba, then a reach-in foul on Daniel Gafford inside. That'll be his first. That should send the Wolves to the free throw line here. Anthony Edwards 0 for 1 at the stripe so far tonight. Timberwolves, go ahead.
Ant is a interesting study of offensive greatness because there are times when he seems to be able to score pretty much at will, and then there are other times as he misses the first free throw. There are other times where he seems to really struggle and everything is hard. He can still score when things are hard, but it just bogs down your offense. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's not like Kyrie or Luka or Jason Tatum or some of these great like professional scorers, but somehow he still gets it done.
1 out of 2 at the free throw line. It's a 12-point Dallas lead. 44 seconds left to go first quarter. Luka and Kyrie still out there with Gafford, Green, and Kleba. Green up top. Here's Luka against Kyle Anderson off the Gafford screen. Luka to the left side, still with the dribble across the paint. Lobs it up off the backboard. It comes down to Gafford, and then he just responds by catching it off the glass, rising, and dunking for 2. He had 5 dunks in game 4. He was 6 for 6 from the field in that game. And he's now got 11 dunks in the series. Nas looking to answer, drives in, couldn't hit the shot with 20 seconds left. 33-19, Dallas up by 14 points, and they'll have the final shot of the quarter. Luka's career high in a quarter is 21. He did that against Golden State last season. Here's Kyrie into the paint, runs it up on Nas Reed, scores it for 2. 1 second left to go in the quarter, 35-19. Inbound comes to Ant. He'll take 1 dribble. 3-quarter court shot is online, but short. It comes after the buzzer. A disastrous first quarter for Minnesota. After it was tied at 18, Dallas goes 17-1. The final 5:25. The Wolves don't go with a field goal in over 5.5 minutes. Second quarter of Game 5 is coming up next. Dallas in front, 35-19 on the Timberwolves Radio Network.
Thanks for calling Toyota. This is Jan.
Hi, Jan. I just adopted a new best friend, and I'm looking for a Toyota so we can make the most out of summer.
With a new RAV4, you can take your pup for a drive up the coast. You can take a Prius to the park for some tug-of-war. Or you can take a Tundra to kayak at a remote lake.
One problem, Jan.
Oh?
My new best friend's a cat.
Your summer starts here, but it all ends June 3rd. Toyota, let's go places. Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details.
At Target, we're home court advantage for the hometown sports fans. And with the Timberwolves season in full gear, we're here to help you gear up and make your game day prep a slam dunk. Hear that? That's what you call a buzzer-beating three-pointer for the win. Time to dish up your famous nachos or put a full-court press on some jalapeno poppers. Then serve up some sweet desserts to celebrate the W. However you do game day, we're here for it at Target and Target.com.
If you've got the right tools and the friendly people at U.S. Bank in your corner, making smarter money choices is a piece of cake. If only our tools and helpful advisors could have helped you avoid some of those not-so-smart choices in life. Like that time you tried to pick up unicycling.
Whoa, coming through! Yeah.
Or when you thought it'd be okay to pet that squirrel in the park.
Good squirrel, good squirrel.
While we can't help you with all that, we can help you bank smartly at usbank.com/smarter together. Member FDIC.
The NBA app is everyone's app. Every fan of every team.
Oh, my goodness.
Everyone who follows LeBron, Tatum, and Embiid in the app. Every warrior who's ready to go to battle over three-point percentages. Every streetwear king who's here for the tunnel fits. Every young buck, nugget, and grizzly who wants to take a peek behind the scenes of the league. And everyone else on this floating basketball we call Earth. Download the NBA app today. Available in the Google Play, Apple app, and Android stores.
You're listening to the Timberwolves Radio Network.
This game was tied at 18. Wolves and Mavericks in Game 5. And then all Dallas did over the final 5.5 minutes of that first quarter was outscore the Wolves 17-1. Luka Doncic, I thought Jim Peterson really set the tone. 8 of 11 shooting, 4 of 6 from deep. 20 points in that quarter, just the second time in his postseason career he's had a 20-point quarter.
He's been knocking down those shots, and then he's been looking back at the TNT bench over there, like all the broadcasters kind of
like make a spot now for me because I'm coming up after the game.
Yeah, like the histrionics with Luka, and he's just so smug. You just want to stick it to him so bad.
He does that all the time, right? That's how he gets going. That's part of what fuels him, I think.
It's what Luka magic is for sure.
12 minutes up on the scoreboard. The Wolves missed their final 9 shots. They haven't had a field goal since Rudy Zan won at the 5:43 mark of the opening quarter. So they trail by 16. Dante Exum, Josh Green, Kyrie Irving, Derek Lively, and Maxi Kleber, the 5 on the floor. Kyrie's got it on the right side. He's got 4 points on 2 of 6 shooting. They double him, force a pass off to Maxi Kleber, gives it right back to Kyrie. Against Nickeil Alexander-Walker, beyond the arc, 7 to shoot. Right-handed dribble drive to baseline, pushes off, fades away, and strokes the 10-footer.
Just the ability to do that right there. I mean, just in isolation, take a defender down to the baseline and shoot a mid-range jumper. So easy for Kyrie to do.
He's now shooting 55% in this series on non-rim twos. And that shot's just unstoppable. Kyrie, Mike off the Rudy screen, tried to lob it back to Rudy, and a whistle. And it's just ball out of bounds. It'll be Dallas basketball.
And again, for Minnesota, the lob dunk is very difficult to execute. For Dallas, they do it time and time again.
There's Kyrie stepping through in the lane, double clutches. Somehow got that pass out to Kleber, who drains a left angle 3. The onslaught continues. 5 straight to begin the second quarter. It's a 22-1 run. 40-19, an absolutely embarrassing start here in Game 5.
Just surprised you have Karl-Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards both down at the same time.
Jaden's back in there with the 2 fouls. Mike takes a wild shot, and he'd be able to bank it in. He was looking for an and 1 there. And when Mike complains about it, he's about 100% correct. Wolves just give it right back up at the other end. Josh Green on a drive gets an uncontested shot at the rim. Dallas has hit 17 of 26 shots. That's 65%. They've hit 5 of 8 from deep, only 3 turnovers so far. Rudy on a handoff. Here's Jaden McDaniels down the lane. Kicks out to the corner. Here's Mike. Sets himself. Fires up the 3. It's going to be offline. Nas keeps the rebound alive. Mike's got it. Baseline drive. He'll hang. The shot inside. No, but once he missed the shot, Mark Davis said, you know what? I better put some air through this little metal thing. Send Mike Conley to the free throw line for 2 shots. Just past the 8 o'clock hour here in the Central Time Zone. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to the Minnesota Timberwolves Radio Network. Along with studio host and executive producer Cal Soderquist, I'm Alan Horton alongside Jim Peterson. Our engineer is Mike Weber. Our statisticians are Super Dave Hanlon and Mike Greenbaum. Our studio coordinators are Alex Leibolt and Ben Haney. Glad you're along with us on our flagship here in the Twin Cities. 100.3 FM, KFAN The Fan, iHeartRadio app, Timberwolves mobile app, SiriusXM, NBA Radio Channel 86, and all across the Timberwolves Radio Network. 2 free throws good for Mike Conley. It's 42-23. Dallas's 21-point lead is down to 19. Exum, free throw line extended, wing left. Lively will feed it off to Kyrie, who works on Nickeil. 10 on the shot clock, banging away. Mid-post, comes into the paint and draws a foul. He'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Nickeil just swipes down and just gets all armed. He had no chance of being able just to get the basketball. I mean, Kyrie did a great job of I mean, being in a post-up, how often do you see guards being able to post up that effectively? So Kyrie gets it in the low box on the left side, just backs Nikhil down to the paint, and just makes him follow him in that situation.
Kyrie hits the first after Game 4. He talked about moving on from that loss and already looking ahead to Game 5.
We just have to, consistently do the little things where we affirm each other in every part of the. We're okay, and coming out tonight, we felt like we were okay, but you can tell it was an emotional fatigue of fans and us, and everybody was pressured. And, it's a new space. So now we just gotta deal with this one, deal with this loss, and get ready for Minnesota and enjoy that ride there, man, because it's gonna be hostile.
When Kyrie's focused in on basketball, he's great to listen to talking about the game.
He's a smart guy.
Yeah,
he's
in that regard.
He's smart. He's congenial. It seems like he's kind of an old soul from that respect.
Yeah. And when Luka and Kyrie played together, well, last year when he got traded 2 years ago at the trade deadline, it was kind of a disaster down the stretch. They went 5-11 when those two played. They only played 16 out of 27 games. Straightaway three from beyond the arc, no. A couple of feet beyond the line. Lively the rebound. Bulls are down by 21 points. Kyrie got tripped up in the paint. Whistle, more free throws coming up for Kyrie Irving.
They're going to call it on Jaden, too. That's going to be his third.
The third for number 3, and that'll be Kyle Anderson coming back into the game. So the first, when they made the trade for Kyrie 2 years ago at the trade deadline, it didn't fit together. They went 5-11 when those two actually played together.
Yeah.
But this year, regular season plus postseason, they're now 46-21 when those two play together. That's a .687 win percentage. That's pretty good basketball.
Pretty amazing. I think Kyrie's the one, he talked to the Dallas people, he's the one that made it work. Luka was, I think, real lukewarm on the whole situation.
They do not put Kyrie at the free throw line, and the Mavericks turn it over. Here's Kyle Anderson, spins at the high post. His shot no good off the back iron. Exum with a rebound. Ant runs right at him, trying to rip away the basketball. He couldn't do so. So Dallas has it, up by 21 points, left to right in the Association Whites.
Shocked that Towns isn't in the game right now.
He's still not out there. 3 minutes gone in the second quarter. It feels like he's been sitting a long time. Kyrie on the attack, squirts between the defenders, throws up a shot at the buzzer and banks it in. That was the white box on the backboard. It was up to the right of that. Here's Ant crossover, frees himself, and buries a three on Dante Exum. Highlight reel stuff, but the Wolves are still down by 20, 46-26. Kyrie to Lively, inside, kick out. Green will move it to the corner. Kleba, he put it on the deck and traveled.
Minnesota had been 1 of 13 until Ant hit that shot. Towns back in the game now for Naz Reid. Naz, disappointing 7 stint for him, 0 for 3, did not score, grabbed 1 rebound.
Luka coming back in after resting for 3 minutes and 29 seconds.
That checked out at 3:49 mark of the period, so he has been down for a long time. You're going to go down by 20 in a game, in an elimination game. I just think you go with your best players. I mean, like, you have to keep Cat on the floor. You have to keep one of the two on the floor, that's for sure.
So that is over a 7-minute stretch. From the end of the first into the second, Cat down the lane, splits through defenders, layup is good.
Yeah.
Right on cue. Towns has 6 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. 46-28, the Wolves capitalize off the Dallas turnover. Here's Luka right of the lane, gets away from Rudy. Left alone, he'll float it up and in.
It's just ridiculous how methodical he is on the floor. He does not do anything fast, but yet he's so effective. Reminds me a lot of Chris Mullin. Mullin was not the fastest guy in the world, but boy, he scored.
Crossover by Ant, drive in, kick out to the corner. Here's Mike Conley. Lively closes out to prevent a three-point opportunity. Kyle Anderson up top, high post Towns, lost it, got it back, runs it up off glass, and drops in for 2 more. 48-30, 7:38 left to go in the first half. Dallas is still shooting 68% in this game. Luka feeds it to Lively, who runs to the rim, the layup no, but a whistle and a foul, and Derek Lively will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Luka has the Mavs clicking on all cylinders here in the first half. He's got them huddled up. The Wolves are not playing with any kind of pace. A tidy 145 offensive rating for Dallas right now. It's 145 points per 100 possessions. 85 offensive rating for the Wolves.
Yeah, so now you give up that big run that you gave up at the end of the first quarter, and you're going to be chasing that same 15 points the rest of the way.
It feels kind of like what the Nuggets did to the Wolves in those 3 games that they won.
Yeah.
They put together one of those runs, and then the Wolves were chasing it the rest of the game.
Just couldn't get ahead.
Somebody gotta go. Man, slow-mo, we're going. Pull in. What's that, man? Game 1.
Mark Davis telling everybody one shot. Luka, Kyrie, Lively, P.J. Washington, and Derek Jones Jr. Gafford has to wait because he's coming in for Lively, who took the free throw. 49-30, Dallas by 19. 7:23 left to go for first half. Cat with it, right side. Takes a rumble inside the lane, runs up on Lively, drew the foul. Well, Cat has been aggressive tonight. He has driven already probably 4 or 5 times. And he's either hitting shots or he's getting to the free throw line.
He's 4 of 7 right now. He's going to be the first free throws for Karl Anthony Towns in the ball game. Minnesota is 4 of 7 from the line and missed 2 of them.
First one for Karl. That drops in. And now Gafford can come in for Derek Lively.
One thing that Dallas's run against Minnesota for profit has been stack pick and roll. So we saw Rudy Gobert getting back screen in that action. Kyrie handling right now against Anthony Edwards. So watch Luka Doncic setting the screen on Karl Anthony Towns in the stack action, but he just releases right now.
Luka has it up top here. Kyle Anderson is on here. Gafford will set the high screen. Luka bounces out to Kyrie, who moves into the corner. Derek Jones Jr., 3-ball, no. Rebound. Gafford comes away with it. Out to Kyrie. The possession continues. Luka crosses over, drives on Anderson in the lane, fakes the pass. 1-footed following. That's short. Rebound. Gotta have it. Finally, the Wolves secure. So they've got Nas and Cat out there together with Kyle, Ant, and Mike up front in the backcourt. Here's Ant. Got Kyrie on his hip. Runs it up down the lane. The shot comes up short. Wolves couldn't take advantage. They're shooting 35%, while Dallas is at 63%. Dallas +6 on the glass early on. Here's Gafford, top of the key, out to Derek Jones Jr. Got an open lane. He drives in, missed the shot, and the Timberwolves have the rebound. 5-on-4 advantage if they push. Hit ahead to Kyle Anderson. Steps through in the lane. Out to Nas. Nas puts the deck. Didn't see Derek Jones coming. And knocked the ball away. Nas steals it right back. Now to the corner. Here's Ant. Spot up for the 3. Missed it. Luka the rebound. Now the Wolves are in trouble here. Kyrie just knocks down Kyle Anderson. No call. Derek Jones Jr. corner 3. Bingo. 52-32. Back to a 20-point Dallas lead. Cut off by Kyrie Irving, backs it out. 5:45 left to go second quarter. Off the Kyle Anderson screen, probes into the paint. And 2 defenders go with him. Cat fakes the pass, drives into the paint. Nothing but bodies there. He forces it up and in.
That's got to be an and one right there. That's got to be an and one right there. Wow, there's a lot of contact.
18-point game. Still with plenty of time here to start to gain some momentum. Maybe cut to that Dallas lead. P.J. Washington, corner 3, blocked by Nas Reed. Mike Conley pulls down the rebound. He gets fouled by Derek Jones Jr. So 52-34, Dallas by 18. Timeout on the floor. We step aside on the Timberwolves Radio Network.
When you drive a vehicle so reliable it's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty, you stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see what you're capable of in a vehicle that inspires confidence around every corner. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available. Warranties include 10-year 100,000-mile powertrain and 5-year 60,000-mile basic. Warranties are limited. See retailer for details.
Hey, honey, the battery light on my dash lit up. I think I'll take it to a shop today.
Really? I can take care of that.
Are you sure?
Of course. Okay, got my battery. Let's just drop it in and...
Are you okay out there?
I think so.
Should my car be smoking like that?
Some things are better left to the professional. When you need your vehicle fixed, trust your local repair facility. And when you need a battery, trust FVP. Visit FVPparts.com for an installer near you.
Wolves fans want to get playoff tickets right now?
Staten offensive rebound. Put back hammer. Yes!
Become a 2024-25 season member, and you can pick out your seats for the 2024 playoffs today.
Out to McKeel in the corner. A three-ball splashes home.
Memberships feature phenomenal perks like 25% off concessions and team merch at every Wolves home game. Plus, pay for your membership monthly.
You gotta love it.
Learn more at timberwolves.com/memberships.
When it comes to watching the game, it's always nice to sit and savor a delicious snack. And Jack Link's protein snacks always hits the shot. Jack Link's beef jerky is made with 100% beef that's simply seasoned and hardwood smoked to deliver a mouth-watering, flavorful, good source of protein, convenient snack. Jack Link's, the official protein snack of the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Luka Doncic, the leading scorer in the NBA and the leading scorer for the Mavs, shot just 7 of 21 from the field. Is what he had to say after the game.
That game is on me. Just didn't give enough energy. So we got to do better. They won one game. We just got to focus on the next one. We won 3 games. It's first, like I said, it's first to 4. No matter if you win 4 or in 7. You just got to win 4.
Well, Luka has set the tone tonight. 9 of 13 shooting, 4 of 6 from deep, 22 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. He's got 22 points in 15 minutes. He had 20 of those in the opening quarter. Second time in his career in the postseason he's gone for 20 or more. And Dallas is in control right now. They're up by 18 points. They're shooting 61% from the field. They've hit 6 of 11 from deep. They're 6 of 8 at the free throw line. They're dominating the glass. They have the edge in, like I mentioned, rebounding. They've got the edge in fast break points. They've got the edge in turnovers. And right now, not a lot going well for Minnesota.
No, it's not. I mean, it's inexplicable. So Minnesota's bench is 0 for 6 in the game so far, so they have not impacted this game. It's really upsetting for Nickeil Alexander-Walker to be kind of missing in action here in this series. He's not been good. He's 0 for 1. Nas 0 for 3. Kyle has not scored yet either. So it's a problem. You need points right now. Kind of in a quandary.
Ant tacks down the lane, lays it up and in for 2. 52-36. The Wolves are within 16 here. It's as close as they've been since the end of the first quarter when they trail by 16.
I know you need to get stops, but you need to get buckets at
There's
this
an illegal
juncture.
screen.
Yeah, finally.
So Kevin Scott, the umpire, who's reffing his 46th playoff game, he got into it with Micah Norrie and Chris Finch during that last timeout. Micah and Chris were unloading on him, and not a huge surprise then that they're probably calling out some of those illegal screens, and there was one right there.
Yeah, well, we know that Minnesota sends in clips all the time of what they think is egregious mistakes and misses by these referees. Who knows if it does any good?
So Kyle will bring it up here. The Wolves have a chance to get it to 14, maybe 13. Here's Cat working against P.J. Washington. Muscles past him, but missed the layup.
Can't miss layups in this game. Then foul right afterwards. Kyle gets
Anderson
caught up. Yeah.
He's going for the ball, so I don't think it can be a transition take foul. You do have to, as long as you make an effort to get the ball, I think you're safe.
Well, and Luka's creating the contact as well. I mean, Luka's the one that's creating the contact. Yes, Kyle had his arm in there a little bit, but Luka's the one that's slapping at Kyle's arm, creating the contact that's causing the foul.
Doncic double the midcourt, now Lively, and a foul on Anderson. Kyle picks up another one. It's going to be his second.
And you're putting him in to the bonus as well. So, I mean, Minnesota's over the limit now, so Kyle fouls twice, and now it's going to be 3 points. Derek Lively's not a great free thrower, but still.
Yeah, 51% in the regular season. Lively missed game 4 with the neck sprain. Even though he got kneed in the back of the head, they clarified it as a neck sprain. He misses the free throw. He is right back out there in Game 5. He missed the first free throw. It's 52-36. Dallas by 16 points. Timberwolves are 8-11 all-time in elimination games in their franchise history. They have won 3 in a row in that scenario, and 4 of their last 5. And they're 6-6 on their home floor when facing elimination. And they have dug themselves a mighty big hole. 23 points is what they trailed by earlier in this quarter. It's currently a 17-point deficit after Lively hits 1 out of 2. Nas' deep 3 is way long. Went past the rim, ricocheted off the glass, and Dallas controls. Timberwolves shooting 36% and 2 of 10 from long range. Here's Luka. He's got this Mavs offense on a string. He's orchestrating everything. Now to Kyrie against Nas, one-on-one. Into the paint, to the corner. Wide open is B.J. Washington, and he is not missing that 3. Yes, he struggled on his threes overall, but in the corners, he's now 6 for 14 in the series. Nas backing down Luka. Luka just reaches in, pokes the ball free, controls it. 4-on-3 break. He'll kick to his right. Here's Kyrie. Bump fakes the 3, drives. Conley reached around, poked it free out of bounds. And it'll stay Dallas basketball. 3:38 left to go in the second quarter. 56-36, a 20-point advantage for the visiting Mavericks.
Unicorn lineup for Minnesota here.
Nas, Rudy, Cat, and K.A. plus Ant. I'm not sure it gets much bigger than that. Lively, the left side, Kyrie. He is wide open, just banks it in from 18 feet. Up to 56% of his non-rim twos here in this series. Dominant performance by Dallas here in the first half. They are getting every shot in the book. Here's Ant off the Rudy screen to the right side. Still beyond the arc. Between his legs, drives on Derrick Jones Jr. Finally a whistle and a foul as DJJ reaches in and fouls Ant. And they'll send to the free throw line for 2 shots.
So Minnesota's offense has gotten completely stagnant here too. I mean, they're not really running anything. I mean, they're coming down the floor, and it's basically Ant playing one-on-one. It's like an AAU game almost. You know, it's like your best player trying to go against the entire team. And I mean, these are NBA players that you're trying to dribble against. It's actually impressive what he's doing. He's actually able to handle the basketball and sift through traffic and then make something happen. But it's not really getting much people involved.
And difficult to sustain for 48.
It's impossible to sustain for 48 minutes.
2 free throws are good. Dallas went on a 6-0 run after Cat missed that layup, which would have brought it to 14. Now the Wolves are down by 20. Luka left of the lane, rises for the jumper, comes up short. That's only his 5th miss at 14 tries. And back the other way with the Wolves down by 20, 58-38. He's doubled off to Nas up top. Jukes on Derrick Jones Jr. to the corner. Towns up fakes the 3. Steps by on Lively and throws it away. Cat got way too fancy on the pass. Here comes P.J. Washington. Bumps into Nas. Frees himself. Missed the shot off the glass. Nas collects the rebound. Gotta convert here. 4-on-3. Left side. And now to the corner. Here's Cat. Open look at the 3. Nope. And Luka Doncic has the rebound. 2:30 left to go first half. 58-38. Lively inside. Oh, he took a shot to the back of the head, and he swirls down to the floor, and he may be hurt again. And the referees have made the signal that they're going to look at that. And Lively appears to be down again. He's all alone underneath. Nas went up, and inadvertently his arm comes down on the back of Lively's head. And, of course, that's where he got hit in game number 3. And played just 9 minutes before going back to the locker room. Mavericks look upset at this. 2:24 left to go in the first half. 58-38.
This foul will be reviewed for a potential flagrant foul.
58-38. We'll let you know the results when we come back on the Timberwolves Radio Network.
Keep the fun close to home with Treasure Island's 2-night staycation hotel package. Start your stay by playing your way through our newest slots with $50 free slot play. Go beyond the gaming floor and experience more of the island with a $75 gift card to our restaurants, bars, gift shop, and more. When it's time to unwind, make your way to our luxurious hotel for 2 relaxing nights away. Book your stay now at TICasino.com. Treasure Island Resort and Casino. Destination fun.
Thanks for calling Toyota. This is Jan.
Hi, Jan. I just adopted a new best friend, and I'm looking for a Toyota so we can make the most out of summer.
With a new RAV4, you can take your pup for a drive up the coast. You can take a Prius to the park for some tug-of-war. Or you can take a Tundra to kayak at a remote lake.
One problem, Jan.
Oh?
My new best friend's a cat.
Your summer starts here, but it all ends June 3rd. Toyota, let's go places. Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details.
It's another look around the league brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Visit Toyota.com today. Of course, we're looking ahead at Game 1 of the NBA Finals. The Boston Celtics have already punched their ticket. They await the winner of this series, and plenty of experience on that Celtics side. Obviously, many of these Boston players were there just 2 seasons ago when they came up short against Steph Curry and the Warriors. And new Celtic, Drew Holiday, has won a ring, of course, with the Milwaukee Bucks previously. He speaks about wanting to peak once he gets to this stage.
I think I try my best to stay faithful, stay grounded, most importantly, have fun. If you can't enjoy this, then I don't know what you can enjoy. Not too many people get a chance to be in the Eastern Conference Finals. I know it can be a lot of pressure and a lot of build-up, but this is what we play for. This is what the game is about. So just really blessed to be here, really grateful and excited that I was in the Eastern Conference Finals and getting to go back to the finals.
Again, Celtics securing the sweep of the Pacers with Monday's win in Indy. That means 9 full days off before next Thursday's Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Boston going to have a decided rest advantage depending on how long this Western Conference Finals extends. We've got a replay decision. Let's go back to Alan.
Well, no surprise with what Derek Lively went through in Game 3. They have called this a flagrant foul. They did say that Naz Reid had wind-up on this. Naz is not even looking. He's almost past Lively because he fell for a pump fake. And, Jim, I just don't think there's any wind-up on this. They're going back to the highlights of him getting hurt in Game 3, but I don't think there's wind-up from Naz Reid. Is that wind-up?
Well, he's jumping up in the air to contest the shot by Lively, who he thought was going to dunk the basketball. So he was taking a chance that maybe he got the basketball, but he got Lively's head. So I don't agree that it's a flagrant one. I think it's a common foul. But I think we talked about this during the break. I mean, you were talking about are they going to factor in the fact that he had the concussion? I'm just glad the kid's okay, because that's the most important thing. So he misses the first free throw here.
He's got one more coming. Well, the Wolves are going to throw Jordan McLaughlin into the mix here after the 2 free throws. Now, they said Minnesota gets the ball, but after a flagrant, I think it's going to be Dallas basketball. Flagrant is 2 shots and possession. Right. Yeah, Mark Davis said that incorrectly. But J-Mac is into the game.
Yep.
I'm trying to think in the postseason if J-Mac has had any non-garbage time minutes. Might have been something in Phoenix in the series.
I think there was some time in Phoenix, but, if you're looking to change tempo of the game, put J-Mac in there to get ball movement. That's what Minnesota needs right now because they don't have any.
Kyrie Irving into the paint. Tough fall away for Kyle Anderson. He strokes it. 14 for Kyrie Irving. He's an efficient 6 of 10 shooter. Dallas still shooting up over 60%. They put up 61 points here in the first half. 2 minutes to go. Kyle Anderson weaving to his right. Back up top to Ian. On the drive. Into the paint to J-Mac in the corner. 3-ball missed it. Offensive rebound. Kyle looked like he had it, then got stripped. Scooped up by the Mavericks. P.J. Washington, down to Luka, up the center of the floor, down the lane, no look to the corner. Derrick Jones Jr. run off the three-point line, back out to Luka. Now he'll catch and shoot on the 3 and drain it. His 5th 3 of the half.
12-2 run here for Dallas. They've just been putting together these gargantuan runs here against Minnesota.
40% 3 in the series. J-Mac baseline. Kicks out to Kyle Anderson right in front of the Wolves bench. Back to J-Mac at the angle. One-on-one against Luka in the lane. Runs it up the right hand. That shot comes up short. Rebound loose. J-Mac fighting for it, but it's scooped up by Luka Doncic of the Mavs. Kyrie up in the front court from left to right. Lively back down to Doncic. He's on the logo at midcourt. He's got Jordan McLaughlin on. J-Mac reaches in quickly, pokes it free out of bounds. It'll stay Dallas basketball. 1:08 left to go in the first half. 64-38. 26-point Dallas lead. By far and away the largest lead in the series for either team. Lively comes out. Gafford takes the inbound right back to Luka. 25.6 rebounds, 3 assists. Kyrie on the right side against Jordan McLaughlin. One-on-one, he'll just rise up for the 3 and drain it. Couple of feet beyond the arc, Kyrie up to 17. 67 points for Dallas here in the first half on 63% shooting. 9 of 14 from deep. 15-2, Dallas run. Rudy off to Cat the right side. He'll use the Rudy screen up top against Gafford with a right-handed dribble. Now to Kyle, right side, 3 ball away is good. That's the second 3. Oh, they call it a 2. Even that can't go right for the Wolves. KA with a deep 2. Wolves are down by 26. Luka into the lane, stops with 2 defenders on him. Kick out to Kyrie, who up fakes the 3, drives on in, throws up the shot. It's short, and a whistle and a foul. And claps his hands toward John Goebel. Disgusted with the call. 2 free throws coming up. Timberwolves basketball tonight brought to you in part by U.S. Bank. U.S. Bank is proud to be the official bank of the Wolves. And by Treasure Island Resort and Casino. Book your stay now, TICasino.com. Treasure Island, the exclusive casino partner of the Timberwolves.
It's a little bit questionable, that call. Minnesota's not going to challenge it, but the replay looked like he got basketball, and then he dislodged the shot from Kyrie Irving as he was going to the hoop that time, and it looked like he got basketball. And if he did get a little hand, I still don't understand when the hand is part of the ball. Yeah. It seems like it's part of the ball until it isn't, and when it's not, it seems to be when Minnesota is getting it's a play that causes it to happen. So
Kyrie hits a pair. He's got 19 points. So in the first 3 games, Luka and Kyrie averaged 60 points a game between the two. In game 4, they totaled just 44. They have got 44 here in the first half here in game 5. 8 on the shot clock, under 30 seconds to go in the half. Ant the drive, splits the D, out to Kyle in the corner. Now to Cat, who up fakes the 3, zips it back to Kyle, up fakes the 3, doesn't get a shot off. Tremendous defense by Dallas. Boy, that Dallas bench is up and into it. They are loving this. They're up by 29 with 5.7 seconds left to go in the second quarter.
Not only have they taken Minnesota's crowd out of the game, they've gotten a few bluebirds now, starting with some of the offensive execution they're going through.
Oh, Luka just fires on a straightaway 3 from half court. Boy, that was a heat check at the end of the quarter. He just laughs as he comes off the floor. He says, my bad, guys, to Kyrie in particular. Over the final 17 minutes and 25 seconds, Dallas outscores Minnesota 51-22. The game was tied at 18 before that 51-22 run happened. Dallas dominates the first half. They lead by 29. Halftime is next. Cal Soderquist anchors. 15-2 Dallas run.
You heard that right, a 15-2 run, 9 made triples, shooting at better than 60% from the field and 67 points. They're at 69 right now. The Mavs have a 29-point cushion in this closeout Game 5 here at the Target Center. They've got a 21-point cushion in terms of the three-point shooting. Some good news, in a sense. Minnesota able to limit Luka Doncic to just 5 points in that second quarter, but the bad news, he did a sufficient amount of damage in the opening 12 minutes, 20 in those first 12, as Luka and the Mavs absolutely jumping the Timberwolves right away in this ball game. Essentially, Wolves at one point were tied up at 18 with the Mavs about halfway through that opening quarter, but that feels like days ago somehow, as Dallas absolutely found a rhythm and never took their foot off the gas. Again, they've got a 29-point advantage here at the half in this Game 5. Welcome inside the Minnesota Lottery halftime show. We'll get to a few more of the first half highlights in just a moment. We'll also scan that first half box score. Timberwolves shot just 35% from the field, 2 of 12 from deep. Both Karl Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards into double figures with 12 apiece. But that pales in comparison when you hold up those numbers against Luka Doncic and his 25 points on 10 of 16 from the field. Kyrie Irving, 19, 7 of 11. Everything the Wolves did well to at least limit and make it difficult for those two guys in Game 4 seems to have circled the drain here in the first 24 minutes of this one. This is the Minnesota Lottery halftime show. Fans of your game, for a little excitement, just say I'm in and play the Minnesota Lottery today. So on Tuesday night in Dallas, the Timberwolves accomplished step 1. They won Game 4. They extended this series to tonight's Game 5, and now needing another victory here at the Target Center to force things right back to Dallas for Saturday's Game 6. And certainly plenty of energy and intensity and urgency. We had a frenetic first few minutes in the opening quarter of this one.
Rudy levels Derrick Jones Jr. in the screen. Into the paint, Rudy will kick out. Open McDaniels, corner 3 on the Dallas shot 62% in that first half. Here's Luka left side, drives on Anthony Edwards, got to the block, good pump fake. That got Ant in the air. Ant will commit the foul. That'll be his second, and Luka will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Luka had his way on just about everybody in that first half, but
he did.
So did Kyrie for the most part. They have 44 points at the half. Timberwolves had 40 as a team. And as Corliss mentioned, Luka outscored the Wolves by himself in the opening quarter, 20-19.
Luka Doncic draws the foul on Anthony Edwards. A little bit of a hard foul there by Ant. So good. A little frustrating for Anthony Edwards, I'm sure, to see Luka do what he's doing in this game. And only has 12. He and Towns both with 12-point first halves here. So got to find a way to get some points here. Towns had 5 points last ball game and managed to grab 20 points in that second half. It was so key for Minnesota's win.
2 free throws good for Luka is up to 27 points. It's a 31-point deficit, 73-42. Here's Ant, top of the key. Rudy bounces it to no one on the wing. Mike had started to go that direction, changed his mind, and Rudy threw it to where Mike was, not where he was going. Turnover on Minnesota is their 10th of the game. So Luka and the Mavs have the ball up by 31 points here in Game 5. Doncic works to the right side, off a Gafford screen, down the lane, floater, up and in with the right hand. Timeout, Timberwolves, and the Boos are out. Wolves down 33. Instead of eating into a 29-point deficit, it has expanded the opening 1 minute and 23 seconds. 75-42, Dallas in control on the Timberwolves Radio Network.
Hey, this is Ben Lieber from my friends at Thousand Hills Lifetime Graze Grass-Fed Beef. You know, I am passionate about the benefits of regenerative agriculture, and these guys get it. Thousand Hills implements holistic grazing practices that restore and enhance our soil and natural resources. It's how farming should be. Plus, the beef is delicious. No antibiotics, no synthetic hormones, no feedlot confinements, just grazing on diverse pastures for the entire life of the animal. Check out this Minnesota brand at your local food co-op, Coburn's, or learn more at ThousandHillsLifetimeGraze.com.
At Target, we're home court advantage for the hometown sports fans.
And with the Timberwolves season in full gear, we're here to help you gear up and make your game day prep a slam dunk. Hear that? That's what you call a buzzer-beating three-pointer for the win. Time to dish up your famous nachos or put a full-court press on some jalapeno poppers. Then serve up some sweet desserts to celebrate the W. However you do game day, we're here for it at Target and Target.com.
Wolves fans want to get playoff tickets right now?
Nas, 2-on-2, sets up Ant, right side, wide open three. Yes, sir!
Become a 2024-25 season member, and you can pick out your seats for the 2024 playoffs today.
There's Plumlee diving in on Rudy, who blocks the shot. The third block of the game for Gobert.
Memberships feature phenomenal perks like 25% off concessions and team merch at every Wolves home game. Plus, pay for your membership monthly.
You gotta love it!
Learn more at timberwolves.com/memberships.
Keep the fun close to home with Treasure Island's 2-night staycation hotel package. Start your stay by playing your way through our newest slots with $50 free slot play. Go beyond the gaming floor and experience more of the island with a $75 gift card to our restaurants, bars, gift shop, and more. When it's time to unwind, make your way to our luxurious hotel for 2 relaxing nights away. Book your stay now at TICasino.com. Treasure Island Resort and Casino. Destination fun.
Largest comeback in NBA playoff history, according to the internet. 31 points. Clippers came back on the Golden State Warriors back in 2019 from 31 down in the second half. I'm currently looking up the box score to see what time that was. But the Wolves currently trail by 33 points. There's 10:37 left to go in the third. A quick timeout called to begin the second half. And it's now or never, Jim. Yeah, I thought halftime would have been that mark, but now this is a new mark. And you're down by an even larger deficit, and you're just taking about a minute and a half off the clock. So you just made your life more difficult. It's got to be now.
Yeah, it's interesting because, it's not like Dallas is going to their bench much either. They're rolling with their stars here. Derek Lively did play 14 minutes in the first half, but Minnesota's guys, you're just looking for your team to show a sign of life and not to let go of the rope, because after this incredible season, to go out without really taking hold of that rope and fighting for this game, Alan, it's really disappointing.
Yeah. Jaden McDaniels, right corner, dribbles to the elbow, pulls up for the jumper and hits it.
Jaden's first hoop of the game, too. He's 1 for 3.
He got into foul difficulty early, only played 6 minutes in that first half, a missed shot, and then even when they miss, Dallas is getting the offensive rebound. P.J. Washington collects. Out to Luka Doncic up top. He'll work on Karl Anthony Towns. Gets around him, stakes his way to the nail, drops it back to Derrick Jones Jr., drives to the elbow, back out to Luka. Inside Gafford, good pump fake. He got flattened by Rudy Gobert. A lot of contact there. Gafford will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Rudy picks up his second personal foul. 75-44. Jason Kidd has led the Mavericks to the Western Conference Finals twice in his 3 seasons. About 22 minutes away from getting to the NBA Finals for what would be Dallas's 3rd time. They got there in 2006. Lost to Miami. Got there in 2011. That was Dirk's title over Miami again. One thing we know, they would not face Miami if they're able to close out the Wolves here in this series. They would face the Boston Celtics. Wolves are down by 33 with 9:52 left. Cat on a run to the rim. Got his shot. Boy, Gafford thought he got a block. Cat draws the foul. They'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Mavs looking back at their second row. And they're going to not challenge because they see that Gafford hit Towns on the arm. Gafford thought he had another block. That's one area where Dallas has been dominant in this series.
Yeah, they've had a lot of blocks. Towns has had his shot blocked multiple times, and in this series as well. 10 times.
10 times. Gafford's gotten 4 times, P.J. Washington 4, and Derek Lively twice. The blocks overall, 24 to 16 over the first 4 games. I mean, so many of the numbers are in favor of Dallas. I mean, the dunks, too, the high percentage shots that they're getting. They've out-dunked the Wolves 32 to 19 over these first 4 games.
I mean, from what we've seen in this series against the Dallas Mavericks, I mean, I'm not sure that Boston can beat them. Boston's not been good at in Boston, too, by the way. They've lost a lot of home games over the years in that building.
P.J. Washington gets his shot blocked by Rudy Gobert. Towns pulls it down. Here come the Wolves. Down by 31, left to right. Towns up top, catch and shoot 3. It's online, but short. And Gafford collects the rebound.
Cat does not hit a 3 in this game after going 4 for 4. He did miss that last one in Dallas to go 4 for 5, but those 4 straight 3s he hit were huge.
Because 3 of them were in the fourth quarter. Within an 11-2 run that gave the Wolves separation in that fourth quarter. And pull-up jumper after the Kyrie miss. He could not hit. And Dallas gets the ball back up 77-46. Lob inside from midcourt. Gafford comes down with it. Under duress out to Luka. Right side. Here comes Derrick Jones Jr. Passes on the corner 3. P.J. Washington above the break 3. That's just his second of the entire series. Is 2 for 14 on his above the break 3s.
10 of 17 in the game for Dallas, too. 2 of 13 for Minnesota outside the arc.
Here's a Cat on a run to the rim. Rises up on Gafford. Got his shot blocked. Hopefully it'll go down as a block for Gafford. Yeah, it does. It's another block. He's gotten Cat 5 times in the series. Luka with it at the logo with 8:20 left to go third quarter. It's 80-46. And Luka throws it away. Conley with a steal. Mike will come up the center of the floor to his left, and Jaden McDaniels now to Towns in the corner is going to fire away, and he's just short. I mean, Cat's trying to make something happen, but these 3s are not really that close. Timberwolves shooting 34%. Jim mentioned the 2 for 14 from beyond the arc. Here's Luka against Jaden McDaniels into the paint. Hesitates, rises, count it, and a foul. He has just orchestrated this entire game. He set the tone early, and he has put the Timberwolves in jail on his hip, right where he got Jaden McDaniels on that possession. Number 4 on Jaden. Dallas has gone 13-6 to begin the third quarter. Even Snoop Dogg can't believe it. I'm glad you reached out to Snoop Dogg, got him in the building tonight. But I don't know if we'll get him back after this.
Well, there's a lot of people that are disappointed in this performance, but nobody's more disappointed than Chris Finch and his coaching staff and these players. I mean, and I really believe you and I and Michael Grady were sitting there at shoot-around today, and it was very energetic, man. It was a great shoot-around. It was, the vibes were flowing.
Jaden McDaniels able to hit a 3 after Luka could not cap off the three-point play. So it's 82-49. So 36 is the largest deficit the Wolves have faced as Luka tries a pull-up 3 straight away. That's no good. Anthony Edwards has the rebound. 7:25 left to go in the third. And deep right side. That drops in. Back-to-back 3s, and the Wolves are within 30. 82-52. Luka hounded by McDaniels coming up the floor, and they get Jaden for his 5th.
Well, Luka Doncic came into this game. He punched Minnesota in the face. He punched 17,000 fans in the face when his game started.
Yeah.
I mean, he hit those 2 ludicrous distance 3s right away. He had 10 points before the game even started.
Kyrie just downshifts, reverses, and frees himself for a 19-footer right side and drains it.
What a duo. This two, you have so much respect for these 2 guys, man.
Jaden right side 3, that's offline. Cat battles for the rebound. He's got it. Put back block by Lively. Cat sticks with it, lays it back up and in. 84-54 with 6:41 left to go in the third quarter. Here's Kyrie quickly in the front court, easily around Towns to the right side. Matched up against Nickeil Alexander-Walker. How about a step back right side 3? Why not? He drains that. His second 3 of the night, 24 points for Kyrie Irving. 33-point Dallas lead. 6:23 left to go here in the third quarter. And around the Rudy screen. He's going to pop on a straightaway triple. Knock that down. 87-57.
Ant showing a sign of life here. Towns has 16 all of a sudden. Ant has 15. So those two are trying to make their presence felt here in the quarter.
Kyrie looking to answer. Pulls up on a three. That's off the back iron. Ant up high for the rebound. Lost it. It's off the leg of Ant, out of bounds. And that's where Dallas is just, they're tracking down loose balls. They're making the extra play. They had two on Ant there, battling for that rebound. Naz Reid comes in. Rudy Gobert sits. Kyle Anderson also in. Mike Conley out. Derrick Jones Jr. Josh Green is in. Luka high screen lively. Nope, he rejects it to the top of the key. Out to Josh Green. He wants to get to the act. Left side three, no. And Towns collects the rebound. Bulls are down by 30 here. Ant into the front court. Stop and pop straight away. Three. Got it again. That's his third three of the game. They've all come here in the third quarter, and it has made things relatively interesting. 87-60. Wolves were down 36. They now trail by 27. Timeout Jason Kidd midway through the third quarter. To step aside from a sold-out Target Center in downtown Minneapolis in Game 5 of the Western Conference Finals on the Minnesota Timberwolves Radio Network.
Is it possible to detect the undetectable? Could people record their voice and share it with doctors who'll use advanced AI technology that can accurately detect signals in the human voice that are indicators of coronary artery disease? Is it possible? It already is, because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
Thanks for calling Toyota. This is Jan.
Hi, Jan. I just adopted a new best friend, and I'm looking for a Toyota so we can make the most out of summer.
With a new RAV4, you can take your pup for a drive up the coast. You can take a Prius to the park for some tug-of-war. Or you can take a Tundra to kayak at a remote lake.
One problem, Jan.
Oh?
My new best friend's a cat.
Your summer starts here, but it all ends June 3rd. Toyota, let's go places. Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details.
Another scoreboard update brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Visit Toyota.com today. Let's go places. We mentioned we've got one eye on the NBA Finals that start next week, Thursday night, Game 1. Thursday, June 6th to be exact. Still waiting to determine which of the Wolves or the Mavs will be representing the Western Conference. We know the Celtics, after their clean sweep of the Pacers in the Eastern Conference Finals, will be the Eastern Conference representative. Somewhere they've been before, second trip in the last 3 years. First time Joe Mazzulla has been the bench boss on the sidelines. Here's how he's preparing with a full 9 days between that Game 4 victory and Game 1 of the Finals.
Yeah, I mean, I think the guys did a great job having an understanding that, like, a game is not supposed to go a certain type of way, and you got to find different ways to win. You got to learn to protect leads. You got to learn to come back from deficits. You have to learn to execute in close game situations. You have to communicate adjustments, and you just got to make plays. You got to be tough-minded. So as many different situations as we could put ourselves in heading into this last round, it's important. And, the guys have done a great job just winning games many different ways. And so got good practice executing, and I was got to continue it.
And other news from yesterday around the association, the Washington Wizards removing that interim tag from head coach Brian Keefe. He will be the official head coach. He stepped in after Wes Unseld Jr. was let go. And the Wizards, surprisingly, a bit of a common theme if this current result holds. Two teams in the NBA Finals that traded for former Wizards centers. Let's go back to Alan Horton and Jim Peterson.
All right, Cal, thank you very much. Timberwolves are on a 14-5 run here over the last 2 minutes. That has chipped away just 9 points of the lead. The Wolves were down by 36. Now they're down by 27 with 5:41 left to play. In the third quarter, Derek Lively remains on the floor. He talked after shoot-around today about having to miss Game 4.
Sucks. I'm sitting on the sideline. I'm sidelined. And I don't want to be able to be a crutch whenever I step out on the floor. So I want to be able to make sure my mind and my body's right and my body's ready for what I step on the court.
Well, he was questionable heading into tonight. Even Jason Kidd in his pregame presser still called him questionable, even though he went through a good warm-up. And then about 20 minutes later, they declared him available for tonight. Lively's once again got hit on the head, but he still remains on the floor.
really proud of these Timberwolves fans, though. There's still a lot of them here, and they're into this game as much as they can.
Jumper for Kyle Anderson is good. That's
Kyrie
26
Irving.
for Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, man.
That's 57 points combined for Luka and Kyrie. We still have 5:10 left. And with it up top, backs it out to the logo. And they're just going to send two at him the rest of the game. Cat baseline drive, aggressive play, and he gets rewarded with free throws. So 2 shots coming up. So the largest comeback in NBA history. I mentioned LA Clippers over Golden State back in 2019. That was game 2 of their first-round series. Golden State was up by 31 with 7:25 left to go in the third quarter.
How about that?
And I have not done the math on the turnaround that they had, but it ended up 135 to 131.
So you're saying we got a chance?
Saying there's a chance. I'm going to make this run 62.
Well, I'm the one that all day today have been looking at reasons why Minnesota can do it. One of the Chris Finch's Cat goes 1 of 2 here from the free throw line. One of Chris Finch's sort of call-outs during the season has been, why not us? Why can't we do it, you know? And it does not look like that tonight, that's for sure.
Kyrie floater in the lane, off the back iron, no. Towns has the rebound. A lot of hands trying to strip him of the basketball. He gets it off to Ant, who drifts to the right side. He's guarded by P.J. Washington, hesitates, now falls away on the 3. It comes up short. It hits the top of the backboard and the shot clock, and so it'll be Dallas basketball.
I think that one of the things that Dallas has that they haven't had in the past is that they have tremendous length now. And they have guys like P.J. Washington who can switch and cover. You know, Josh Green, they got all these great athletes now, and they have the 2 bigs.
Shot baseline for Luka. That rims off. The Wolves have the rebound. Here's Ant on the push. Inside the arc. Cross-court Towns. He's going to fire a deep 3 on the way and hit it. 89-64. Wolves have cut it to 25 with 4:09 left to go in the third. Just keep battling. Here's Luka. Picked up by Kyle Anderson from across the timeline. Trapped. And they knocked it away. It's loose on the floor. Cat scoops it up. And he got it right side. Cat's going to fire on a 3. A really desperation shot. He should not have shot that. And Towns is down 5 on 4. P.J. Washington run off the 3-point line. Drives in. Out to Josh Green. Up top to Luka. Down lane. Lob it to Lively. That's offline. That's the only time this series they've missed the alley-oop. Cat run to the rim. He got it. 89-66. The Wolves are within 23. 3:28 left.
What do you think? If we can just get it under 20.
That's right.
That's his juncture.
High post, Eric Lively out to the 3-point line. Back to Luka, sitting on 31 points. Luka terminates the dribble, lobs it to Lively at the top of the key. Out to Kyrie, steps into the 3 and drains up. Third 3 for Kyrie, he's up to 29 points. And that's a cool 60 points for Kyrie and Luka. That's what they averaged over the first 3 games combined together per game.
Cat and Ant have scored Minnesota's last 17.
Here's Ant on the hunt into the mid-post. He rises up with the right-handed push shot. It rolls off, and Luka collects the rebound. 2:45 left to go in the third. Kyrie in the move. He'll stop, pop, 3 ball away off the back iron. No. Kyle Anderson the rebound. Mike and Nori yelling out, go, go. Kyle surveys the scene, looking to get it to Nas. Little post up against Kyrie. Face up, now backs him down into the paint. Splits 2 defenders. Layup good and a foul. 3-point play the old-fashioned way. 92-64. Nas free throw could make this a 23-point game.
First 2 for the game for Nas Reed in the ball game. It's 1 of 5 right now for Minnesota.
Only 4 points off the bench for the Wolves. 1 of 13 shooting. 1 of 12 shooting. 92-68. Dallas is led by as many as 36. Nas's free throw makes it a 23-point lead. Little bit of life. Luka up the center of the floor. Now Lively to the left side. Here's Hardy. Catch and shoot 3 on the way. He hits that. Jaden Hardy has hit 1 3 in every single game so far in this series. check that. That was Josh Green, not James Carter. Josh Green has hit 1-3 in every game so far in this series. I got my bench roll guys mixed up. Timberwolves miss at the offensive end. Luka's got it right side. He's isolated against Cat up top. Left-handed dribble. Now inside the arc. Top of the key. Hesitates. Now zips it to the corner. Here's Josh Green.
What is
his three ball? No. But he got fouled. Nickeil Alexander-Walker goes tumbling into the Wolves bench. He commits the foul. 3 shots coming up for the Mavericks.
I mean, it wasn't even close that time. Josh Green is loading it up to shoot it, and Nickeil goes across his body and fouls him so hard that they're going to review this for a hostile act, I assume.
1:47 left to go in the third quarter.
I mean, are you with me on how Nickeil closed out that
Dallas
time?
has called a timeout to challenge the shooting foul assessed Alexander. Minnesota's called a timeout. Challenge the shooting foul assessed Alexander.
That would be awesome. If Dallas could challenge their own.
Yeah, why would you I didn't get that.
Wait, but again, Minnesota is challenging this call?
So Minnesota's challenging the call. It's a glancing blow.
He angles past him, but I think he hits him pretty clearly. Wow. Maybe not.
Wow, from our angle, it looked like he really hit him hard, but the way that Josh Green sells this thing, I mean, there's no contact on the hand, but the way that Josh Green sells the play, it really looked like Nickeil took him out from our angle. You see the replay, and it is really nothing. It just goes to show you how much these players try to fool referees.
$95-69. Dallas leads with 1:47 left to go in the third quarter. By the way, that run that the Clippers had to come back from 31 down in that playoff game against Golden State in 2019, a cool 72-37 run to end the game. It was over the final 19 minutes and 25 seconds, the largest comeback in NBA playoff history. 72-37. And yet, Golden State won that series in 6 games. So for all that work that LA did to win that particular game, it did not result in them winning more than 2 games in the series. Fans, don't forget, summer's just around the corner. Now's the best time to register your child for the Wolves and Link summer basketball camps. Camps are being held throughout the Metro. They'll feature a special appearance by Crunch. Registration is now open at TimberwolvesBasketballAcademy.com. Mark Davis, the result of the challenge.
Replay has determined that the contact, if any, by Alexander is marginal at best. Therefore, this is a successful challenge. Imminent possession will be awarded to Dallas. Reset the shot clock to 14. They have the ball in the corner on this side.
They got the rebound, huh? Imminent possession.
Yeah.
Well, you saved 3 free throws. That is the first challenge the Timberwolves have won in the series. They have been 0 for 3, and they had lost 4 straight going back to Game 7. Scott Foster. They won their first 8 challenges of the postseason. Then had lost 4 in a row. Now they've won this one, but Dallas maintains possession. Maxi Kleber off to Luka Doncic. 8 to shoot right side, watched by Naz Reid. Ant comes on a double. Luka passes out of that up top to Jaden Hardy. With the right-handed dribble, stops, pops, pulls up at the end of the shot clock. No, and the ball's loose, and this is going to be a shot clock violation. Gafford tried to take the air ball and flip it up, but he got spun around and went down rather hard. I think they actually called a foul on Gafford.
Gafford went over the back of Towns to try to flip that up, so that's what they call him.
Both teams with 4
Maxi Kleber and Karl Anthony Towns getting locked up. Towns and Kleber have been kind of jousting ever since Maxi came in the last time we saw him in Dallas. So they've been kind of going at, locking up, doing extracurricular things this entire game.
Kleber's only been out there for 8 minutes. Some bad blood developing in a short period of time.
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't take long. Free throw good for Cat. It's 95-70. Timberwolves are down by 25 points.
How about Towns has 0 fouls in the game, and Gobert has only 1? I mean, that's not physical basketball. Like you were talking about with Chris Finch in the coach's show before the game. You're talking about the physical nature of that ball game. That's exactly what they needed. But not that you want Towns to foul, but 0 speaks to a little bit of passivity, right?
It's the opposite ends of the spectrum, too.
Right.
I mean, 6, it was out of control in Game 4, and then none here in Game 5. Doncic bounces it off, up top to Kleba. He'll drive in. He got stripped by Ant. Ant scoops up the loose ball. Here the Wolves on the push. Ant surveys the scene, trying to free himself for a 3. Couldn't do it. Here's Cat on a run right by Doncic. Lays it up and in. Well, Luka got happy feet. He was setting up to draw the charge. He's like, oh, God. Here comes Towns. He's going to bowl me over. He just got out of the way. 95-73. Timberwolves down by 22.
Towns has 24 points now. 12 points in the quarter.
Luka brings it up right to left. He's got 31. Kyrie's got 29. Kyle Anderson is watching Doncic out by midcourt. Under a minute to go third quarter. Luka with the right-handed dribble blows by Anderson in the lane. Rises up for the jumper. Got it. He got bumped from behind. He was looking for the foul, and then he just said, you know what? I get it. We're up by 24. I'm not going to get that call. Here's Ant into the front court, matched up against Kleba, trying to take him off the dribble with the left hand into the paint. Kicks to the corner. Nas wide open looking at 3. No good off the heel. Kyle Anderson did the same thing he did in Game 4 to free up Cat for a fourth quarter 3. But this time Nas couldn't knock it down. Kleba on a handoff to Luka up top. Kyle still watching Luka. There's a 5-second differential. Game clock, shot clock. Can't foul here. And Cat comes on a late double. That's an easy pick for Doncic. Corner 3 for Hardy is no good. Wolves save the rebound. 6 seconds left. 5 crossing midcourt. And to the right side beyond the arc. Trying to cross over Kleba. Stolen. His half-court shot at the buzzer is long and off the glass. No. Through 3 quarters in Game 5, it's still all Dallas. They led by as many as 36. The Wolves have got it down to 24 points. Going to the fourth quarter next on the Timberwolves Radio Network.
If you've got the right tools and the friendly people at U.S. Bank in your corner, making smarter money choices is a piece of cake. If only our tools and helpful advisors could have helped you avoid some of those not-so-smart choices in life. Like that time you tried to pick up unicycling.
Whoa, coming through! Yeah.
Or when you thought it'd be okay to pet that squirrel in the park.
Good squirrel. Good squirrel.
While we can't help you with all that, we can help you bank smartly at usbank.com/smarter together. Member FDIC.
The NBA app is everyone's app. Every fan of every team.
Oh, my goodness.
Everyone who follows LeBron, Tatum, and Embiid in the app. Every warrior who's ready to go to battle over three-point percentages. Every streetwear king who's here for the tunnel fits. Every young buck, nugget, and grizzly who wants to take a peek behind the scenes of the league. And everyone else on this floating basketball we call Earth. Download the NBA app today. Available in the Google Play, Apple app, and Android stores.
When you drive a vehicle so reliable it's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty, you stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see what you're capable of in a vehicle that inspires confidence around every corner. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available. Warranties include 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain and 5-year, 60,000-mile basic. Warranties are limited. See retailer for details.
When it comes to watching the game, it's always nice to sit and savor a delicious snack. And Jack Link's protein snacks always hits the shot. Jack Link's beef jerky is made with 100% beef that's simply seasoned and hardwood smoked to deliver a mouth-watering, flavorful, good source of protein, convenient snack. Jack Link's, the official protein snack of the Minnesota Timberwolves.
You're listening to the Timberwolves Radio Network.
12 minutes up on the scoreboard. Fourth and final quarter about to get underway. The Wolves with work to do. They trail by as many as 36 in that third quarter. They've got it down to 24. This is not the way the Wolves envisioned Game 5 going, coming off the win in game number 4.
We've been a resilient team all year. We never lost 3 in a row until we got to the playoffs. So we never lost 4 in a row. Guys, respond. It's a fun team to coach because they believe that they can always win no matter what.
Really, I think that we still haven't played our best basketball yet. That's the exciting part about our situation. We just know that there's a lot more in the tank.
No, we don't want to go home, man. We love what we got going on. We're going to try to keep this thing alive. I know the fans will be electric in Minnesota in 2 days, so we're looking forward to that.
What am I supposed to say? I'm supposed to say we're going to lose Game 5? No, I'm not going to never say that. Michael Parsons, he was rocking the 81s, and I told him he wears size 14. I'll bring back some night shoes for Game 6. That's what I told him.
Chris Finch, Mike Conley, Kyle Anderson, Anthony Edwards. Optimistic heading into Game 5 here tonight, but the Wolves have dug themselves an awfully big hole. Largest fourth quarter comeback in NBA playoff history. 21 points done twice. Boston against New Jersey back in 2002. The Clippers at Memphis back in 2012. Wolves are down 24 to begin the fourth quarter. They have the first possession. Left side, Anthony Edwards against Derrick Jones Jr. Thought about a step-back 3. Instead, lobs it on the skip pass to Daniels. Nick Daniels off to Kyle Anderson, who throws up an air ball in the triple. The rebound out of bounds. The shot clock will expire, and it'll be Dallas basketball.
Well, Minnesota has not been great here in this building, this playoff run. They won the first 2 games against Phoenix.
And have lost 4 or 5.
They've lost 4 or 5 since, and this game is obviously in jeopardy here. So,
Dante Exum brings it up here for the Mavericks. And they've got some minutes without Luka on the floor. Kyrie remains on there. Irving with it right side, off the Gafford screen. Attacks to the top of the key, out to Derrick Jones Jr. Drives in on Gobert. The layup is good. He was able to hang and finish. The ball hit back rim and dropped in softly. 99-73. Timberwolves down now 26 points with 11 minutes left to play. Here's Ant right side. Kick left side. Here's Kyle Anderson. Catch and shoot 3 drops in.
That's his second field goal of the game. The first one that he had back in the first half was a long 2. It looked like it was a 3 to start with, but his toe was on the line. So
PJ Washington left corner. Top of the key. Daniel Gafford wants to get it back to the playmaker. Kyrie Irving is sitting on 29 points. He's hit 3 threes. Now to Gafford rolling down the lane. He'll kick out PJ Washington, and he misses an above the break 3. That's more like it. He knocked 1 down earlier. PJ is now 2 for his last 15 on his above the break 3s. And pull up 2. That is good from 18 feet out straight away. 99-78. The Wolves are down by 21. 10-12 left to play. Kyrie, quick crossover, a drive in with the defense collapsing in, blocks the shot. Comes out to Dante Exum. Now PJ Washington with it, 8 to shoot. He'll drive off to Gafford, drives in on Gobert, and finishes over the 4-time Defensive Player of the Year. 101, 78, 23-point Dallas lead. Here's Nas, great fake on PJ Washington down the lane, lobs it to Rudy, who got it knocked away. Boy, Rudy got hit hard. That was PJ Washington who knocked it free. Here's Kyrie into the lane, off to PJ Washington, reverse layup, no. Kyrie, smallest guy on the floor, taps it up and in. The Wolves will call a timeout. 9:36 left to go in the fourth quarter. It's a 25-point Dallas lead on the Timberwolves Radio Network.
Anything can happen when you say I'm in to a scratch game from the Minnesota Lottery. Besides cash prizes, some scratch games offer a second chance, so even non-winning tickets can win. Since this is probably music to your ears, we'll say it again, in a song. Besides cash prizes, some scratch games offer a second chance, so even non-winning tickets can win. Minnesota Lottery. I'm in. Must be 18 or older to play.
Your lucky jersey, your pack, your hometown team. It's Superfan season in Minneapolis downtown, so don't miss out on a minute of fun, friends, and nonstop excitement. From pregame meetups to postgame celebrations, be there for your favorite teams and the big wins. In Minneapolis, we play for the love of the game, and you're the best part of our story. Visit MPLSdowntown.com to get your game on. See you downtown.
Hey, honey, the battery light on my dash lit up. I think I'll take it to a shop today.
Really? I can take care of that.
Are you sure?
Of course. Okay, get my battery. Let's just drop it in and...
Are you okay out there?
I think so.
Should my car be smoking like that?
Some things are better left to the professional. When you need your vehicle fixed, trust your local repair facility. And when you need a battery, trust FVP. Visit FVPparts.com for an installer near you.
Is it possible to conquer the unconquerable? Can artificial intelligence and data create a personalized gene roadmap just for you? Customizing your cancer treatment, giving your body exactly what it needs to fight the disease? Is it possible? It already is, because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
Mavericks are 9 minutes and 36 seconds away from punching their ticket to the NBA Finals. They're up 3 games to 1, and they are dominating the Timberwolves here tonight, 103-78. They lead by 25. Jason Kidd, after the Game 4 loss, talked about what needed to happen tonight for his team to be successful.
We got to stop fouling. We got to keep them off the line. And then also we got to guard the 3 better. We just didn't guard the 3 better. I mean, as well as we should. Also, we didn't shoot the ball well. So there's a lot of things that we can do better, and hopefully we can do that in the next game.
Yeah, Game 4, the Wolves hit 11 of 24 from deep, a hefty 46%. Got to the free throw line 25 times, most in a game for them in this series. So far tonight, the Wolves are 14 of 18 at the line, but that really hasn't been a factor. But the three-point line has Wolves with 8 made threes, Dallas with 13, so they're plus 5. 5 made threes, times 3, 15 points. 103-78 out of the timeout. Timberwolves will have possession here, down by 25. Wolves got it down to 21, but that's as close as they've been. Anthony Edwards will bring it up from left to right. The Wolves are in their statement shadow gray jerseys. White, frost white, and Aurora green trim. Nas on the run down the lane, scoops it up off the glass. That's the shot he's hit routinely all season, but this one too strong off the glass. And the Wolves still shooting under 40%. Kyrie with it up top. Luka remains on the bench with 9:13 left to go in the fourth. We'll give and go with Gafford. Back to Gafford, the roll inside. He goes strong to the rim. He draws the contact. Go to the free throw line for 2. Gafford has been impressive in this series, Jim. He's only 3 of 3 shooting tonight, but he's got 9 points, 8 rebounds. At last check, he had himself 1 block shot. Gafford and Lively have been the absolute, what at least in this series, has looked like the absolute perfect complements of big men for Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving for that.
And they just platoon him in. They move him in and out. They did the same thing in the OKC series. You look at how they won that series. I mean, that last game, Dallas OKC, it was Derek Lively who really propelled them to that win with getting a bunch of offensive rebounds. So you look at how they won that game, like you're going, wow, this is a really dynamic duo, and they're so great in pick and roll game. You're right. Once they got Derek Gafford, we were like, we've seen him do some damage in a Washington Wizards uniform. He's going to be great with Luka Doncic.
Man, he was really good in the starting lineup after the trade to Dallas. And then in the first couple of rounds, you mentioned Lively was better with the starters than he was. But I think Gafford he's been just as good as Lively. It's been a great combination. 105-78 after the Gafford free throws. Floater in the lane for Kyle Anderson. Rattles around and drops in for 2.
Derek Jones Jr. has been a nice acquisition for them, the way that he's turned out. He's a reclamation project too, right? Because he bounced around.
It's like his 5th different team in 8 years. Kyrie got it up top. Jaden McDaniels on him. Jaden's got 5 fouls off the gap. That's illegal. That's very clear. John Goebel made the call. Gafford came up way too late. Kyrie was already it's not always on the big man either on that screen, right? Like, it's timing between the two.
It is definitely timing for sure.
I mean, Kyrie was already moving. Effort would have been better off just running the other way. Here's Nas in the lane, pushes it up from just inside the free throw line. That's off the back iron. Nas is 1 of 8 shooting in this game tonight. It's been a tough performance for the Wolves bench. They have just 10 points. 4 of 19 shooting for the bench. Kyrie pulls up on a left side 3 and drains it. Boy, in 3 of the 5 games, both Kyrie and Luka have gone for 30-plus. 34 for Irving. He's outscored Doncic, who has 33. Pump fake for Ant. Got his defender in the air. That's Derek Jones Jr. He finishes off the glass for 2, and he'll go to the free throw line for 1 shot.
So, I mean, Anton had him gotten back into the mix here. Kyrie and Doncic combined 67 points here, but Towns with 26. Ant has a chance to level up with Karl Anthony Towns by making the free throw, and he does.
There's no other balance there. Nobody else has more than 9. Rudy's got 9, 7 for Mike, 7 for Kyle Anderson. Dallas has a couple of more players in double figures. And free throw good. Down by 25 with 7:45 left to go in the 4th quarter. Kyrie bounce pass to his left and Dante Exum. 7 to shoot. Now is 6 against Kyle Anderson. Exum with a right-handed dribble drive. Floats it up with the right hand off the heel no. And K.A.'s got the rebound. He'll shuffle it off to Ant up the center of the floor. Ant surveys the scene. He was looking for space to pop on a 3. Couldn't do it. Now he drives down the lane. The layup is good off the glass. 108, 85. Down by 23. Kyrie looking at a trap. He's still in the backcourt. Oh, and he bounced it, I think, across the timeline. At 16. And the runner by Kyrie, no, but an offensive rebound for Derek Lively, and he gets fouled. Wolves did a great job of, even though they didn't force an 8-second call, they sped up Dallas there. Yeah. They got the miss they wanted, but they can't secure these the defensive rebound.
And there's Derek Lively sitting in the dunker spot again, just like a shark in the water, just waiting for those offensive rebounds to come by. He's so quick to snatch those things up.
I hate sharks.
I'm fascinated by him, but I do not want to. I don't want to run into one. And I'm not even sure I would sit in a cage. Would you sit in a cage?
No, I had a hard enough time sitting on a surfboard just in California. I think you see something in the water too. No fear quite like that is.
Oh my God.
Luka banks in a 3 with the shot clock winding down straight away. Wow. 36 now for Doncic. 70 points between the two, Luka and Kyrie. Ant with it on the right side. He's watched by Luka Doncic. 6:38 left to play. Bounce pass to Nas. Extra pass Jaden to the corner. He'll fire on a 3, and that's good. Jaden knocks down his second 3 of the night. 111.88 is the count. Down by 23. Derek Jones Jr. in the front court from right to left here. Now to Kyrie. Derek Lively comes out to field it well beyond the arc. Back to Irving up top. Lively will set the screen. Kyrie with the right-handed dribble, scoots down the lane, gets to the cup and lays it in with ease. He and Luka each with 36 now. The lead is 25 with 6 minutes left to play. And tried to split 2 defenders, got it knocked away. Cat has it against P.J. Washington. And back to Ant on the left side, 10 to shoot. A lot of space there. Finally a whistle and a foul. It'll go against P.J. Washington. Not in the act of shooting, so sideline out of bounds. Timberwolves basketball brought to you by Mayo Clinic, your source for medical answers. And by U.S. Bank, proud to be the official bank of the Timberwolves.
Our stat guy, Mike Greenbaum, has 2 daughters that are ball kids for the Timberwolves. And they're twins. And one twin is at one end cleaning up the sweat, and the other twin is at the other end cleaning up the sweat. And because they're twins, they're identical, by the way. One wears short sleeve shorts, and then the other one wears long sleeve and long sweats, so you can tell them apart. They do a great job here all season long.
Are we sure they haven't switched up at some point?
Well, Maya has the mole on her chin, so you can tell them apart by the mole.
Okay.
Mike has no idea we're talking about his girls right now, but let me tell you, me and Grady talk about it all the time during the season. Mike's our stat guy. We have Super Stats Dave on your side over here doing a great job every night.
Kyrie catch and shoot, 30-footer. Now probably 28-footer right side. That's offline. Bulls are down by 23. There's 5:12 left. And on the hunt into the paint. 3 defenders on him. A kick out to Nas in the corner. He's got to fire away, and he missed it long. It's an air ball. Cat had the rebound come right to him, and he goes back up and gets fouled. 2 free throws coming up with 5:04 left to go fourth quarter.
How many years have you and Dave Hanley been together?
Super Stats Dave has been here since I started.
Wow.
Before me. So 17 years.
20 for Dave. Wow.
You know, the Timberwolves season this year started with a matchup against the Dallas Mavericks. 2 of them, in fact, in the preseason in Abu Dhabi. That feels like about 18 months ago. That feels like a long time ago. Tonight is the 104th game the Timberwolves have played this year. Preseason, regular season, postseason. 104. That's a monster number.
Yeah. It's one of the things you think about when you get into your training regimen, that if you get knocked out of the playoffs, you almost have to keep training until June to get your body to withstand that kind of pressure. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what Kevin Garnett talked about that. And he talked about his training regimen that Michael Jordan used to say, like, keep playing after you're done in the playoffs or the regular season.
As
so you
if
could
you're
train,
playing, yeah.
so you could train your body to play into June.
I like that. And with it on the right side, the Wolves have possession here, down 113-92. Nas down the lane. Fires it out of bounds. Nobody home. Well, Luka Doncic went down. Went down awfully hard. I don't know if there was some contact there or what. Jason Kidd is hot. And a timeout has been called.
Well, inadvertent contact between Towns and Doncic.
Mark Davis made a review signal.
This is nothing. I mean, it can't be anything. Towns is trying to get out of the way. Luka was playing Nikhil in the corner, so.
But Dallas has called a timeout to challenge the out-of-bounds decision awarded to Minnesota.
Oh. No. All right, well, you want to challenge that, that's fine. I mean, you don't have any right to challenge the contact.
Right.
No. But I think Luka just flailed himself to the ground. He took a shot to the mouth.
Oh, no, he took a shot from Towns.
Did he?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was pretty significant. Towns trying to get out of the way.
You don't want anybody to get hurt? Kind of inadvertent.
It is inadvertent. Towns didn't mean to do it. They just ran into each other.
Got a 21-point lead with 4.5 left. You could avoid all that by not playing Luka and Kyrie the rest of the way. Time out on the floor. We step aside on the Timberwolves Radio Network.
That's a good point.
Bring the fun to family time with a visit to Treasure Island Resort and Casino. Start by making a splash and memories at the lagoon. Our indoor water park includes a lazy river, an activity pool, and more exciting features. Then hit the lanes at Island Extreme Bowl for some family-friendly competition before you head to our luxurious hotel for a relaxing night away. Book your stay now at ticasino.com. Treasure Island Resort and Casino. Destination fun.
Thanks for calling Toyota. This is Jan.
Hi, Jan. I just adopted a new best friend, and I'm looking for a Toyota so we can make the most out of summer.
With a new RAV4, you can take your pup for a drive up the coast. You can take a Prius to the park for some tug-of-war. Or you can take a Tundra to kayak at a remote lake.
One problem, Jan.
Oh?
My new best friend's a cat.
Your summer starts here, but it all ends June 3rd. Toyota, let's go places. Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details.
Get the champagne ready. The NBA Finals are here.
Welcome to the NBA Finals.
Let's raise our glasses and our rings to the 2 phenomenal teams left standing.
My goodness!
Here's to high-stakes action, to thrilling moments we can't miss.
He ties the game at the buzzer!
And to crowning our next champion. Here's a toast to the NBA Finals. The 2024 NBA Finals, presented by YouTube TV, begin Thursday, June 6th on ABC.
If you've got the right tools and the friendly people at U.S. Bank in your corner, making smarter money choices is a piece of cake. If only our tools and helpful advisors could have helped you avoid some of those not-so-smart choices in life. Like that time you tried to pick up unicycling.
Whoa, coming through! Yeah.
Or when you thought it'd be okay to pet that squirrel in the park.
Good squirrel. Good squirrel.
While we can't help you with all that, we can help you bank smartly at usbank.com/smarter together. Member FDIC.
You're listening to the Timberwolves Radio Network.
Wolves fans, don't forget you can upgrade your playoff gear with the latest from the Timberwolves team store, a Fanatics experience. All you do is head to shop.timberwolves.com right now. Get your officially licensed playoff gear at shop.timberwolves.com. Well, Game 5 is not the way the Wolves drew this one up. They trailed by 16 after one quarter, but the story was it was 18-18 about midway in the first quarter. And Dallas promptly went 17-1 to end the quarter. They added to it to begin the second, so they went 22-1 to go up by 21, and the Wolves haven't gotten it under 20 since. And we now have 4:32 left to go in the Wolves season. They trail by 21 points. Dallas led by as many as 36. They've got possession, 21-point lead. P.J. Washington, corner three, no. Rebound Anthony Edwards, who's not come off the floor in the second half. He's got 28. Cat's got 20. And left side of the floor against two defenders. Holds 14 to shoot. Still pounding the dribble. Cross court. McDaniels, extra pass. Kyle. He'll set up for the three ball and glance it off the front of the rim into the waiting arms of Luka Doncic. 4 minutes left to go. It's 113-92. Unfortunately, when you're trying to make up this kind of deficit, Kyle Anderson is not the one you want shooting that ball in the corner. But the Wolves haven't had a lot of great opportunities for other players. Lively inside off the feed from Irving. I don't know if that would technically go down as an alley-oop, but I think Lively came down with it before going back up. Another dunk for the Mavericks. Here's Ant down the lane. Now to Kyle in the corner again. He's left alone. Missed this one alone. And the rebound to Luka Doncic. 115-92. 23-point deficit. The season down to 3 minutes and 16 seconds and counting. Snoop Dogg sitting courtside tonight. He has made his appearance and he is gone from the building into the night. Luka the drive off to Lively inside. Two-handed flush. The whistle sounds. Timeout Minnesota. They'll empty the bench and this one is over. 117-92. It's a 25-point Dallas lead. They're going to win this series 4 games to 1, and they're going to advance to the NBA Finals to take on the Boston Celtics. And I tell you what, Jim Peterson, I really felt over the first 3 games, I couldn't imagine a team beating Luka and Kyrie when they're playing that way. Then I saw Game 4, and I kind of shifted my thoughts that maybe there were some
I think you're going to have a hard time doing.
But now the way they played in Game 5, I'm back on. I don't think anybody's slowing down this duo.
I think you're going to have a hard time doing to Luka and Kyrie what Minnesota did in Game 4 for four games.
Not when they're playing like this.
I mean,
when they're playing 40-plus minutes a night and Luka's making so many right decisions.
The only thing is that I think that for Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, those two have the ability to get 30 and 40 each themselves. So then it comes down to the role players. And so, I don't know, man. Gafford and Lively are 2 X factors. If Porzingis can't play, I mean, those two give you such a punch on both ends of the floor. The shot blocking on the defensive end and the offensive rebounding and pick and roll game with Luka and Kyrie. I mean, they're just, you have to pick your poison. It doesn't matter what you choose. And then they've got enough shooting around with the others on their team. I mean, between P.J. Washington, who shot it great since he's been in a Dallas Mavericks uniform, and Derek Jones Jr., they've got a tough 5. Their bench is a little shaky, though. They don't have a lot of depth. Boston doesn't either, though.
Yeah, that's true. And the health of Kristaps Porzingis, I think, might be everything for as far as Boston is concerned. So the Wolves have emptied the bench here. J-Mac is out there. Wendell Moore Jr., Luka Garza, Josh Minot, and Leonard Miller. Josh Green's got it for Dallas to the corner, and former Timberwolf A.J. Lawson misses the 3.
Thinking that we're going to get a Luka Doncic or Luka Garza 3 here at some point.
Minot lobs it to Garza inside. The layup is up and drops in for Luka Garza.
Or a layup, one of the two. I mean, this guy, all he does is work with this scout team, right? All the scout team players from Minnesota, fantastic.
Jaden Hardy out there, works on McLaughlin, drives in, got the layup. I'll tell you what, Jaden Hardy's filled a nice role for them, too.
Yes.
I mean, he's the one guy besides Kyrie and Luka on the backcourt that can create something. I don't think it's something you'll rely on for the entire or a good chunk of the game, but for possession, especially when Luka's out or Kyrie's out, to have that extra option. Hardy played well.
I'm a little surprised they've given up on Tim Hardaway Jr. as much as he's helped them over the years. They just punted on that dude.
Fades on the free throw line. Jumper hits it. 121-94. Just playing out the string here in the final 1 minute 34 seconds. Luka Garza, handoff to J-Mac, and the elbow back out to Luka. Luka will start to back down Dante Exum, pivots. And now the one-footed follow-away. Got it. 121-96. They deserve the NBA Finals, and I think they've got a great chance. And I might even pick them over Boston.
That Dallas bench right now is very celebratory. Sean Sweeney hugging Kyrie Irving, Sean Sweeney, Minnesota Zones from St. Paul, Great Durham Hall.
Yeah.
St. Thomas, too. So, you're happy for that kid because he's really paid his dues. He's going to be a head coach in this league as well.
Dante Exum off the Dwight Powell screen. The lob back to Powell. He could still get up, Jim. Tore his Achilles a couple years ago. He's kind of been replaced by Lively and Gafford. But Dwight Powell, he was the original partner with Luka when they got to the Western Conference Finals 2 years ago. Wendell Moore, a little fade baseline right from 10. 123-100. 40 seconds left to go in this Western Conference Finals. On the run, it's A.J. Lawson down the lane. Got spun around. He tried to throw it towards the rim, but he got spun around so much, didn't know where the rim was, and almost injured a fan in the third row. So free throws coming up. Let's see, A.J. Lawson was in camp, not this preseason, but last preseason. I think A.J. was with us a couple of times. I think we cut him, then brought him back.
Yes, yeah.
One last time, free chicken. Come on, A.J., for your former team.
Oh, he says, shh, puts his finger up to the lips.
Incredibly disappointing. I thought A.J. was different. I thought
he's not a giver. I mean, doesn't care much for the Minnesota fan base.
Oh, Wendell, thank you for the free right side. Speaking of players on the roster, I happened to look at the Timberwolves stats from this season. I realized, do you remember the Justin Jackson era? This year, 2 games this season.
I remember when he was with us. I didn't realize he got into
short period of time. I don't even know if he filled a roster spot, 2-way, 10-day.
It was a 10-day. It was a 10-day, trust me. My goodness.
Shot clock expires, so the Timberwolves will have to inbound with 5 seconds left. J-Mac will pass it in. The Timberwolves, Wendell Moore Jr. is going to fire on a 3. It's off the back iron at the buzzer, and that'll do it. The Dallas Mavericks, for the 3rd time in franchise history, are going to the NBA Finals. They've defeated the Timberwolves 4-1. They win Game 5 here at Target Center, 124-103, behind 72 points combined between Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic. They split it right down the middle, 36 apiece. 124-103.